The graphics. It's over. Ha ha! I found you. You imbecile! Watch yourself! What the? You little... Stay still!
Yo, what's up, homie? First match of the night.
Over. As well as a crate of supplies. Here's how to launch. Find the power keys, then place them in the right spots.
Thanks.
I'll kill anyone who gets in our way.
Where am I? You be careful too, okay?
It's me!
Welcome.
That was a piece of cake!
Thanks.
Welcome. Thank you.
Alright, I'm gonna head to E. I'm out of here.
Flying Nimbus!
Everyone's already over here. We can find no key yet.
You found a power key. Go slot it. Oh, come on!
Who have good ideas? Who say you die? Who have
Give me
good
a
ideas?
break.
Move on, head. Anyone get away?
Ally down! If you intend to rescue them, watch out for enemies.
Get out of there,
That's
bro.
a new power key. Place it now.
Doesn't look like anyone has a power creator. Level 3's putting in some work.
You know what to do with that key.
Welcome. Thank you. Oh. Welcome. Thank you.
Healing my shit. Just get the hell out of here one time.
Hey, great! You found another power key. Use it quick.
Should I help this guy? No, no one else is helping. He's about to go down.
Stay calm. Stay calm.
An ally needs your help. Know what danger is.
Ah! I tried to melee him, bro.
Do with that key.
Going over here.
Head up!
I'm going to beat you to a pulp.
Kinda wasted our dragon changes.
I know chocolate! I sent you a super transfer. Use it to hold the
Yeah,
enemy
that way the
back.
transfer has to cook.
Come out! Come out so I can kill you! Ooh.
Nice!
Oh no! The super transfer was stolen! I'll get another one out right away! Just
Flying
keep it
Nimbus!
together until then! This is bad! Somebody's down! Exercise extreme caution if you're going to help them. I've sent another super transfer. Take it and survive this! Ally down! If you intend to rescue them, watch out for enemies. The startup system for the super time machine is ready. Head there now!
Oh, he's grabbing that transporter. Let's go ahead for it.
An ally needs your help! We don't know what danger awaits. Think! Before rushing in,
Getting bitch.
ha ha! I found ally down! If you intend to rescue them, watch out for enemies. This is bad. Somebody's down. Exercise extreme caution if you're going to help them. I'll send some supplies to help. Make good use of them.
You're done!
Don't worry, I'll be quick about it.
Bro, how did that even hit me?
An ally needs your help. Don't know what danger awaits. Think, rushing in.
You imbecile! Watch yourself! It's over. Another power bastard!
I was being greedy. I was trying to grab the sword and then run in the cave.
Somebody's down.
We were
Exercise
close, we're
extreme
not close
caution
enough.
if you're going to help them.
What the?
The startup system is under attack. Stop it if you can, but retreat if you need to. Got it? The startup
Okay,
system's
weirdo.
under attack. It's dangerous, so tread carefully if you want to get closer.
I think that's it. No more transfers or nothing. And trick me, Shonda. Are you doing Super Saiyan? Fortunately, we lost first match, but we were close. It was just me and the level 4. What's up with you? We're ranked 59 in Raider right now. We never made it in the top 100 for Survivor. Yeah, I haven't seen you on Breakers. You stopped playing?
The startup system's destroyed. The escape time machine's almost prepped. You need to head for the beacon that's indicated by a blue light.
It's not safe. What the?
Good luck in your matches, man. We're trying to get in the top 100 for Survivors. But it doesn't look like it.
I'm in danger. It's over. You imbecile! Watch yourself!
Yeah, I don't blame you. A lot of teammates been selling. That's why we're not in the top 100. We had
Another powerful foe.
better players playing. It'd be a lot better.
I've sent the
We have a lot of good
escape
Raiders
time
playing,
machine. Use it to get out of there.
but not good Survivors.
Now all who have challenged
Oh, you made your
my
basketball team? That's good.
greatness have fallen. To commemorate my newfound dominance, I'll destroy this planet.
Finish up that manga. Dragon Ball Multiverse. See if I can find it real quick.
In Universe 11, the same universe Bobbity would one day rule over, our heroes faced a different threat in the three cyborgs of Dr. Gero. Though beaten in their last encounter, they live to fight another day.
Close, Terrence.
The Saiyan Prince, however, takes his defeat poorly. And while Goku still battles the deadly heart virus, Piccolo decides to make the biggest decision of his life. Speaking to his fellow Namek, Kami himself confirms he and Piccolo, or rather his predecessor, used to be a single entity. But of course, Piccolo already knows this well. Without even having to speak it, Kami questions, is this truly necessary? Taken aback, he'd suggest it's not, as even Trunks, who literally traveled back in time to warn these creatures will destroy the world, has given them all the proof they need. And after they almost killed, cutting his sentence short, Kami interjects, Earth's heroes were the ones who started that fight, and the cyborgs consciously chose to spare all of their lives. Questioning his elder if this renders them not a threat in his eyes. That's not the case. But if he's going to make the final decision of his life, he at least wants a good reason. In Universe 18, our universe, Kami had feelings of unease these past 4 years because of the presence of a certain life form. But here, Cell never arrives. Mentioning to Piccolo, merging would leave the Dragon
Terrence,
Balls
legend.
useless.
Thank you for the
And
$2
today,
super chat,
it's
homie.
not power
Let's get
they
on to that.
need,
Okay,
refusing
let's
to
go.
fuse back into a
Right now, I'm
single
ranked
individual.
59.
Again,
Right?
in our universe,
In
Bulma alerted the others
Raider
over the
match,
phone
but
a second time machine was found.
I don't know about survivors, bro.
However,
It's gonna be
in
difficult.
this instance, the
thank you
conversation
for the
would go a
$2
bit
super chat,
differently. Krillin inquires where she's calling from, having tried to get a hold of Gohan to no avail. But ignoring him, she questions if her son from the future is with him. Handing the call over, she makes the request for him to head back to Gero's lab to recover any computers, hard drives, whatever he can find and bring them to her. But having already tried that in his own time and discovering nothing but rubble. And while the universes may change, Bulma's stubbornness does not. So she asks him to go anyway, pointing out they probably checked years after the fact. But now that only a few hours have passed, it's worth a shot. And sure enough, they discover Gero's hidden basement. Trunks mumbles he'll have to check this place out in his own time too. Stepping up to a sort of incubation chamber, Krillin shouts from behind he's found the schematics to the cyborgs. Confident Bulma will be able to do something with them. With that, Krillin suggests they destroy the tank behind him. Something about it just gives him the creeps.
Yesterday we were ranked 92, now we're
useful
on
data,
59.
Hope seems to have found its way back into the Z Warriors' hands. 3 days would pass. At Kame House, Goku recovers from the heart virus, with aspirations to stand up against the cyborgs. He tells the others he plans to train for the next year. If he can't beat them by then,
Few more
then
matches, we
probably
can get
nothing
into
else
the
can
top
be done.
50.
Roshi points out the obvious, and they probably don't have that long. But Goku knows a place where time
But
is
somehow we
generally
jumped
not
from
a
90,
factor.
90
Gathering
92
everyone at
yesterday
Kami's
to
lookout,
59.
they would enter the Room of Spirit and Time.
So a few more wins and we'll get a top
The
50.
God of Earth declining the proposal, denying their entry to the room.
But
Just as with
rank
Piccolo,
ends
he claims they're all
in 6
overreacting.
days.
First of all, these so-called monster cyborgs
if I do
have
a
only
crazy
committed
launch,
a
we
few
can
petty
probably get a top
crimes
10,
at
who
worst.
knows?
Second, the Sacred Chamber is a very dangerous place and will only ever be used as a last resort. And third, there is no way he would help someone like Vegeta become more powerful. Growling back, the prince is aghast this is his thanks for living here peacefully for the last 4 years, not so much as hurting a fly. But ready to die on this hill, the god barks he would sooner trust his evil counterpart than him, stating, the problem with villains like he is they believe not pillaging and murdering suddenly makes them angels. Trunks butts in, assuring Kami
Your Raider
the
is,
cyborgs
Vegeta?
of his time are
Or is
indeed
it
mass
Majin Buu?
murderers. As of now, they've almost completely
trying to get
wiped
into
out the
the
entire
leaderboard.
human race. If they aren't stopped here and now, it's only a matter of when they will strike. Understanding where the time traveler comes from, the Guardian simply believes this timeline and his are vastly different. Krillin, agreeing with Kami, admits he too doesn't feel they're all bad, and now that
found a match,
Goku's
but we're
back,
down a
they
player,
shouldn't be much of a problem.
unfortunately.
Scoffing, Piccolo reminds the cyborgs clearly stated their goal is to kill Goku. But
One of us
ready
can get
to
the
risk
Dragon Balls, we
world
can
for
cook.
some. Krillin continues to make his case, arguing at one time Piccolo and Vegeta also vowed to kill Goku. Even Tien, but now they're all friends.
We are friends!
I will kill Kakarot!
I'll terrorize this world!
Either way, at an impasse with Kami, the gang would train the old-fashioned way, just out of earshot of the cyborgs. But having such a short time frame, will Goku be able to find a level above Super Saiyan soon enough? The would-be villains arriving at Kame House. 18 squabbles with her brother, since he just had to travel by vehicle instead of just flying. Goku has probably had long enough to find the perfect hiding place, having searched Mount Paozu as well. 17 admits he too is getting a bit bored at their lack of success. Pointing out to sea, 16 announces Son Goku is roughly 3,400 kilometers in this direction. Questioning how he knows this, the android has detected him training several times now. Then asking the obvious, and if he's so motivated to kill Goku, why didn't he mention this earlier? This goes unanswered as 17 is ready to fight.
Soon. So allow me to show you the true power of a Saiyan elite.
Alright, we're down a player, but we have a solid 5 teammates. We had that one level 3. As long as we can, like I said, as long as we can find the Dragon Balls and jump Vegeta, we should be good. Before he turns into grade 8. Yo, what's up, homie?
Can you hear me? It's Trunks. I've set a super time
Fly
machine,
Nimbus!
as well as a crate of supplies.
Get it.
Here's how to launch. Find the power keys, then place them in the right spots. You found a power key. Go slot it.
Oh man.
Guess what to say? I'm gonna go plant that key real quick. Oh.
Hey, great! You found another power key. Use it quick.
Pump the beefy though.
That's a new power key. Place it now.
Flying Nimbus!
We just have to find 2 more keys. I have to find some keys.
Stay calm. Stay calm.
Great! You know what to do with that key.
Flying Nimbus!
Someone!
Please, save me! You're my savior.
Hey, great! You found another power key. Use it quick.
Flying Nimbus!
Welcome. Thank you. Close.
Yep, 5 Dragon Balls so far.
Flying Nimbus!
Hey bro, I was about to go in there.
It's do or die.
Why did you waste your Dragon Change, bro? Don't want this guy. Probably hit the button by
Ally
accident.
down! If you intend to rescue them, watch out for enemies.
Flying Nimbus!
Flying Nimbus!
Holy hell. Bad. Somebody's down. Exercise extreme caution if you're going to help them. Head off!
I owe you one.
Access the startup system from the central area. Just a little more to go, then you're done.
Welcome. Thank you. Welcome.
Flying Nimbus!
Stay calm. Stay calm.
No! Tried to save you, bro.
Come at me for real.
I didn't even see you, Terrence. My bad. I was trying to hide. I thought it was gonna fly over me.
I'll send some supplies to help. Make good use of them. An ally needs your help. We don't know what danger
There's some
awaits.
saving now.
Think before rushing in.
I owe you one. Flying Nimbus!
You're on dip? Okay, go. What are you doing?
Trouble.
Here comes the pain.
This guy's level 3. Beat the shit out of Nappa.
If you intend to rescue them, watch out for enemies. The startup system's under attack. It's dangerous, so tread carefully if you want to get closer. The startup system.
Here comes a pain! Come at me for real!
But retreat if you need to. Got it?
Come at me for real! Holy hell! There you are, you
I like your
bastard!
help. You don't know what danger awaits. Think before rushing in.
Okay, got no interest in helping us. Waiting for escape time
The
machine.
startup system's destroyed. The escape time machine's almost prepped. You need to head for the beacon that's indicated by a blue light.
I tried to save that player, but I got there 1 second too late, man.
Use it to get
When you were
out.
fighting in the snowy area.
Now they're level 3. GG.
Instructing his son, Goku explains just making your ki larger isn't going to do it. To go Super Saiyan, Gohan must release his anger. When Krillin spots something in the sky, the cyborgs have arrived. 17 mockingly shouts out to the hide-and-seek champion of the world, Goku himself, challenging the Saiyan to a fight to the death outright. 18 adding, if anyone tries to interfere, 16 and herself will put them down instantly. But 16 refuses to. Maybe because he's only programmed to kill Goku? The Saiyan agrees, but wants to go to a more deserted place first, yelling this is a deserted place, as only his house is here. But with Bulma inside, the scientists are quickly alerted to the presence of our villains, working feverishly to finish their latest device, blocking the blast. Trunks screams for them not to attack his mother. Keeping her word, 18 stops him with ease, piffing these guys really can't help themselves. While doing little to engage in the battle, 17 taunts our hero, asking if he only plans to evade. While in the forest, it seems Vegeta chose to take to solitude for his training, sensing the fluctuating ki. He knows what must be happening. Teleporting behind him, the cyborg confusedly questions how Goku just did that, who, like a fool, reveals he can move instantaneously by locking onto someone's ki, and Krillin was behind him, his aggressor actually taking an interest in this ability, while his sister is less enthused, barking she's past the point of annoyance. Now's our chance! Together! Even their combined efforts only frustrate 18. Calling out to Gohan, Bulma excitedly shouts she's finished the device, and they're saved. Explaining to the boy, this remote will deactivate the cyborgs. All they have to do is use it near him. But overhearing, saving Bulma, the remote is knocked out of her hand. Getting clever and teleporting out of the dog pile, Goku claims the device, but doesn't feel it's all too fair to kill him with the press of a button. Bulma, after being unintentionally bodied by Tien, shouts for him to get close to him and use it already. threatening to blow up the entire planet if they come anywhere near him. The scientist questions if he can use instant transmission to get close, but the Saiyan needs to be able to feel his ki to do so. When Krillin asks where 18 went, jumping into the nearby lake. She uses her energy to cause a flood in the area. Before quipping, she hopes 16 doesn't rust. But more importantly, she destroys the remote. Bulma screaming she didn't intend it to be kicked and drowned. But the ramifications of this quickly swells over the fighters, believing now they're doomed. Vegeta scoffs, as if this plan would have worked anyway. Before 17 scowls they've gone too far now, and he's going to kill them all. But jeering that won't change anything. Bulma had the forethought to send the plans of the remote to scientists all over the world, and it's only a matter of days before they'll build another one that can work from miles away. So, this is the end for the cyborgs. Causing the villain to scream their new mission is to hunt down every scientist on the planet. Trunks stating they've finally shown their true colors. But 16 merely utters, no. Turning to 17, he urges he not be a criminal. Before all of this, he was a decent person. He never killed humans or animals for fun. Arguing the Z fighters can kill them at any time though. Krillin chimes in, but they don't want to. If the cyborgs don't go on some kind of rampage, the Dragon Team won't bother him. And if they ever just want a good fight, he's sure Goku would be willing to accept at any time. Who adds, that sounds great, but if he wants a real challenge, he'll have to give him a bit longer to train. But 18 is convinced they're lying, pleading her brother not listen, as there is no way anyone would just let him go after almost killing him. Chuckling that his own comment just came full circle. From Kami's lookout, Krillin chords he thought Jiro gave him a bit more information, telling how Goku not only let Piccolo go after their battle, but also Vegeta, and they both threatened to destroy the entire planet. Gohan, backing him up, states there's no reason they can't all live in peace. And doubling down on his hate phallus, Tien chimes. He for one would actually be glad to have their help, in case they ever need assistance against Vegeta. As our hero approaches him, admitting it was an awesome fight, asking if they can have a rematch tomorrow. Who is still a bit apprehensive. Goku gives him a slap on the back, giggling he's happy they're all friends now, though 18 warns he not push it. And 16 remarks he will still kill Goku, eventually. And so the cyborgs would stick around, 17 making the perfect sparring partner for Goku and Vegeta. It wouldn't take long for them to become a part of everyday life. The more time passed, the closer they got. And naturally, the day arrived when Goku would actually surpass his newest training partner. Standing victorious, the Saiyan can't help but laugh at how jealous Vegeta will be when he finds out. Who's busy finding out something else at the moment. Krillin and 18 falling for each other as they would in our realm. The situation here resolved, Trunks decided to head on home. But the cyborgs of the future still being much stronger than himself, and their hearts too corrupted to ever change. He would easily defeat them with his mother's remote. And devastatingly, as he was about to venture back to see his friends once more, Cell caught him by surprise, killing him. The biological android stealing the time machine for himself, but going a bit further into the past than Trunks planned to. Because so, he created yet another timeline. But that's a story we already know. Landing on Earth, the Frost Demons find themselves one step closer to getting their revenge. King Cold questions his son if he really wants to wait for the Super Saiyan, as it's going to take at least another 3 hours. But the sadistic Frieza chorts, of course he does. And while they wait, they can kill all his little human friends before he arrives. Not far away, Vegeta must confess something to our heroes. This is undoubtedly the end of their planet, when the Emperor commands his underlings go span out and kill all Earthlings. Spotting his henchmen flying overhead, Piccolo calls out the invasion has begun. The Prince only scoffing how typical it is for the tyrant to send his grunts to do all the legwork. Regardless, they have to find a way to stop Frieza's army, all while using as little energy as possible as to not draw attention. The Z-Fighters zipping into action. Only Bulma, Puar, and Vegeta remain. Venturing far to the north, a few soldiers spot a town at last, as one is struck by what appears to be a large rock. Below, Krillin and Gohan stand before him, ready to defend all nearby innocents. Though underestimating the pair, the apparent leader taunts, well, what do we have here? To the west, one henchman questions what the average power of a human is, the other merely sighing, "Very low." And to the south. What's happening? I'm not detecting anybody. Finally, the east. A few land in the middle of a crowded area, but Yamcha arrives at the same time. But even while being heroic, he manages to pull him. Exerting himself a bit too much, Gohan senses his power. Vegeta fuming that idiot just blew their element of surprise. Bulma brings up a fair point, and at least he's doing something. Reporting back to his master, a soldier alerts they've lost touch with all forces. They've all simply vanished, noting they spotted powers of over 5,000, but only popping up on the scouter for a very short moment. Knowing they've been found out, Tien and Piccolo rush back, the Namekian volunteering to hold him off as long as he can, apparently learning nothing in his death against the Saiyans, urging Tien to regroup with the others and not make his presence known. The Frost Demons rise into the air, as Frieza is aghast to see Piccolo here. All the Z-Fighters together as planned. Tien is furious Piccolo is going to be the one to pay for their screw-up, as something else catches Gohan's attention. Goku! His father is returning home! Frieza telling this to Piccolo, and the Namek telepathically relaying it to the boy. Krillin excitedly spouting this changes everything. Now they only need to hold out long enough for him to arrive. Predictably overpowering Piccolo with ease. Frieza goes to deliver the finishing blow, when Gohan screams for his mentor, but showcasing the same result. The tyrant growls the pair can die together, when Goku arrives, commanding Frieza stop. Amazed to see his adversary on this world so soon, the Saiyan taunts he attack him first, if he dares. Not hesitating to do so. The Emperor barks Goku is no match for him anymore, his father believing he's dead already. Frieza knows there's no way a single blast would be enough. Tightening his hold on Gohan, screaming for Earth-Zero to show himself, or he'll start the slaughter by killing this child. Bastard! Yamcha of all fighters charges the invader, with tears in his eyes. Though his foe is able to dodge, this causes him to release his hold on Gohan. Reaching out, he calls out once more for Goku to show himself, if he's not here on the count of 3. Interrupting, Gohan coughs Frieza must really be stupid, as that wasn't his father he just saw. It was their shape-shifting friend Puar, and that attack undoubtedly did kill him. Not believing the kid, the demon screams he's lying, and he will kill them all. A beam coming out of nowhere, stopping Frieza in his tracks. Even King Cold wonders who that could have been. This time, the real Goku. His friends surrounding him with elation. He apologizes for being late, feeling they were managing quite well for themselves at first, so he wasn't sure if he should step in or not. But not everyone is happy to see him. The Space Lord growling at him, amiss how he managed to get here so soon. At any rate, he can still deliver on that desolation he promised, but not willing to let happen to Earth what he did to Namek. Resurrection effing Frieza. Goku kills him with a single Kamehameha. Vegeta most surprised at this. Stepping towards the action, Tien isn't having any of his cowardice, calling him out for only showing up when the battle is already over. Though the prince sees things differently, confused why any of them would expect him to throw his life away, fighting alongside weaklings, knowing there is no chance at victory without Kakarot here, adding he's not willing to die before defeating the legendary Super Saiyan himself. While this chatter ensues, Cold begins to look a little off. Goku calls out to him, informing he has nothing against him, only Frieza, and he'd be best to get back in his ship and forget about this planet and its inhabitants. Powering up and shouting that isn't going to happen. Cold takes on his assault form, Vegeta grunting in terror what a fool Kakarot is, who only stares on in silence. Even though being knocked to the ground, Gohan proclaims his faith in his father, sensing he's much stronger than he was on Namek. Which may be the case, but he still appears to be struggling early on. Krillin and Piccolo feeling pessimistic, knowing here and now, this monster is stronger than Goku, and he still has one more transformation up his sleeve in case this isn't enough. Tien baffled how a single being could house this much energy. Pinning Goku to the ground and relieving him of his Super Saiyan form. Cold gazes down at his foe, laughing how pathetic he is.
We have to help him!
Earth-Zero's powerless against the might of the Frost Demon, when one of its villains screams this pitiful excuse for a king is going to die at the hands of a Saiyan, just like his feeble son. Knowing he doesn't have the power to destroy Cold, but he won't be able to escape this planet's explosion. Krillin shouts that's even worse than outright losing to the invader. Easily deflecting the blast. Vegeta can't believe he sent it back without breaking a sweat. Panning again to Krillin, he can't believe the irony of King Cold saving the Earth. Furious with the prince, Piccolo realizes that last attack may have actually scared him, gaining hope they can take him down, asking if he remembers their fight against Raditz, which causes Goku to let out a smirk, only hoping this time it ends a little more in his favor. Without having to say anything further, he agrees to buy the Namek a little time, who adds he will idiotically yell like Vegeta did, so Cold shouldn't see it coming. Powering back up, this fight isn't over. Angrily asking if Goku just plans to keep running away. He mocks our hero, questioning if he really thought he wouldn't notice his friend with his fingers to his head charging an attack. But it's actually Tien he's referring to. Blocking the technique, he chorts.
Was that supposed to hurt?
Managing to stave off Piccolo, the king grits his teeth through the pain. Goku once again commanding he leave, as it's clear he's lost this fight. Staggering towards him, Cold stutters he will never retreat, not until he kills every last one of them. Arguing he's no longer in a position to threaten anyone, Goku insists he should consider himself lucky to be alive.
You're so naive, Kakarot!
Taking his opportunity to blast the king head on. This time, Vegeta succeeds, reiterating what he shouted before. Death at the hands of a Saiyan. Condemning the prince for his actions. Piccolo has to actually stand up for Vegeta on this one, agreeing he indeed can be quite naive. Even Yamcha on his side. After all, he probably would just come back mechanized and ready for revenge.
Yo, Terrence,
No
who
matter
are you
how many
facing?
choose to side with logic. Gohan is merely happy to have his father back, embracing him and joyfully expressing how much he and Chi-Chi missed him. Remembering his wife is a thing, he resolves to head home, putting his fingers to his forehead about to show off instant transmission for the first time. Bulma comes barreling towards him, screaming to know what took him so long to get here. She demands he explain everything this instant, who promises to do so, just as soon as she stops yelling. And while he may not have been the MVP in the fight against Cold, Goku nonetheless arrives yet again at the very last moment, saving his friends. But how many more times would he manage to do so?
Yesterday I had someone, same
The
thing.
androids
Broly
rain
just stand over
hellfire
my
on a
body till I
defenseless
die.
city.
Tired of
As
these
in the
guys.
air, Gohan peers in on the destruction, knowing he can't defeat him. But suddenly, he senses an unfamiliar key. Finding the source, he's grateful he decided to suppress his own energy, believing this man
Still
to
in
be
a
an
lobby
alien
waiting.
soldier. Surely it couldn't be one of Frieza's men. But no, it's Pui. Gohan doesn't want to leave the androids, but needs to know what this guy's up to. Leading Earth's hero far away, we find ourselves in a small countryside village, where several residents have been slaughtered. Women, children, no one spared. Landing, it's even worse than he thought, but nearby, Pui heads towards an active ship. Throwing his energy drainer, Babidi shouts, "That's all the power you could find me!" Being a bit of a change of pace for Gohan, he's confused why the wizard isn't happy there are so few warriors to resist here. Then, senses an ungodly key signature. While Dabur on his own is a force to be reckoned with, he informs,
I found its master!
holding Majin Buu's cocoon. Happy to see his minion after what felt like forever, the villain grows concerned, as there clearly isn't enough energy on this planet to hatch the creature, resolving to reluctantly travel to another world. Though the Demon King warns not to judge a book by its cover, Even Pui Pui chimes in, mentioning a couple of Earthlings he'd spotted earlier. They had no energy at all themselves, but the blasts they were firing generated 250 killies. Astonishing Babidi, deciding not to leave the planet after all. He instructs
You playing a new
Dabura to
match,
get
or he was in
engaged to
the
ship.
old match with you when you
When
guys?
Gohan
happened?
calls towards him, growling. Leaving this planet was actually the best choice they had, urging they get in that spacecraft and leave this world. Elated at such a surprise, Dabura sees the power lingering inside our hero. Playing the part, Babidi waves goodbye as he promises they'll leave. Gohan's surprised they'd actually do such a thing, as Dabura bids farewell. Yep, just a trick of course. The Earthling amazed he's even faster than the cyborgs. It seems the plan for the demon is to merely hold Gohan while they absorb his power. Somehow able to wriggle free with an explosion of energy. The Demon Lord praises his enemy for having the ability to hide his power well, admitting
I was
he let
just
his
7
guard
out of 8,
down,
dropped to
as
5.
the Half Saiyan himself feels the same. It's not just everyone who can get the drop on him like that.
I'm not everyone. None can compete with the Lord of Darkness.
Dodging the spit, Gohan believes his adversary is just being a dirty fighter, but little does he know. Finally taking Piccolo's advice to heart, saved his skin this time around. As the loogie hits Pui Pui, he turns to stone.
What do you think you're doing, you idiots?
Yes, you're right, Master.
With a cocky smirk, Dabura insists our hero should thank his master. Because of him, his death will be postponed. And if he wants them to leave, he better follow the demon inside the ship. Not knowing if this is a bluff or another trick, Gohan does know he can't allow them to stay on the planet. Cautiously entering the spacecraft, the warrior takes a look around. Coming to a door, he barks that he knows they're watching him, and if they don't open this door, he'll simply destroy it. With our antagonist, Babidi scolds the Demon Lord, not for turning Pui Pui into a statue, but for almost doing so to their power source. They won't be able to get a drop of energy from a stupid rock.
Sorry, Master.
You've told me he's quite strong. So, I've sent them to a realm where he will have the advantage.
Gohan panically wonders where he is
Alright,
and
you
what
fought
has
a match,
happened,
you start in 2 minutes.
as Yakon lurks in the shadows, explaining they've been sent to his planet, one drenched in darkness, the perfect environment for him to seek his next victim. Then someone says,
So you're back, little brother?
apparently, Yakon has a sibling named Merkit and pleads they must spare this one from death for now and merely neutralize him for the master. And not under Babidi's control, Merkit sneers.
Still a slave to that worm. Say, the light from your prey is magnificent. Why don't we share it instead?
Which causes Gohan to ponder what they mean by sharing his light. The two continue to squabble as Yakon urges he cannot do such a thing, Merkit pressing.
You would prefer to share this wonder with that stinking midget instead of your own sister?
And just like myself, Gohan is shocked to find out this thing is a girl
Connection to the
before
host
taking
has been
control
lost.
over the situation, mocking, "Your sister's right, you know.
have to do it
Family
again.
comes first." With sinister eyes and a drooling mouth, the creature bellows.
Well said. Come to Merkit's, little dear.
Quickly taking a chomp out of the light, the other Enkoku Saijin darts over, demanding she stop, but his sister brushes him off, quipping he'd keep his words for that dwarf in the petticoat. Though, unknown to her, a certain gowned-adorned little person is listening in very closely, and thinks he has a resolution for this family conflict. Instantly, Merkit falls under the control of the wizard. Now is when Gohan realizes these warriors are actually slaves to Babidi, not willing servants. Wondering what he should do, gaining a little distance, he thinks back to Vegeta's advice, believing he was right. He himself is too soft and needs to be ruthless. Looking up at the halfling, they snark how stupid Gohan is. Having moved so far away, surely he can no longer see him. But little do they know, our hero doesn't need his eyes to win a battle. Laughing he missed, Gohan assures he didn't, and that was merely a warning. Illuminating the area, it seems he may still be on the ship in some capacity after all. Shouting out to the villain, he demands to be brought back, or he'll destroy this entire vessel. Calling the Saiyan a fool, he scoffs he'll be stuck here forever in this world if he does such a thing. Bluffing, he replies that he's a Saiyan, and it won't be hard to find his way back, giving him to the count of 3. But inside his head, He really hopes Babidi doesn't know
What
a
happened
thing
to
about
Super
Saiyans. But lucky for him, it works. And set on the idea of taking Vegeta's advice, he's going to be as ruthless as possible in getting rid of these guys. Running amok, Babidi's aghast he couldn't take control of this so-called Saiyan, unable to fathom
You know, that's
he must
crazy.
be pure of heart.
If that really happened,
Shifting his
that
head,
is crazy.
he questions Dabura if he's
How
finished
did
with
you
his
do that,
punishment.
bro? Did he even
and
try to
developing
jump you?
bags under his eyes, he informs he has.
'Cause you can't
And
even
that
melee at
punishment
level 1,
was
it's just
giving his
key
own
blast, and
energy
Zarbon
to the
had to join it,
cocoon.
really.
Though appearing pale in the face,
And if they
the
jump
wizard
you, you should
commands he go and
transfer
get
to
rid
level
of this
2, so
guy. And if
you
he
got
tries
lucky.
to use
Did you
his
have a
stone
Dragon
technique
Radar?
again, the penalty will be twice as harsh. Facing Gohan only seconds later, he takes note. The demon seems far weaker and slower than before.
Gotta start recording all your matches, homie. I'm
But
getting into
still
the habit
pretty
of doing
tough.
that now myself.
Taking down the vastly deluded Dabura, Babidi believes he has one final plan, moving behind his minion to position him as a shield. Narrowing his eyes, Gohan barks he'll get rid of them himself, spaceship and all, as they have no reason to stay in this world. But playing to the Earthling's weakness, the wizard presses if he attacks, Dabura will die, and surely such a pure heart can never strike a wounded man while he's helpless. Proving the villain's plan to contain some fallacies, he struggles to get to his feet, wondering how he could do such a thing. But the egg appears undamaged. Babidi cackles no one can damage Boo's cocoon, as his power exceeds imagination.
Oh, you said you
Casting
have
a
it
spell,
recorded.
he attempts to unleash the
Post
Majin
that.
on the universe, believing the energy he's gathered to be enough for his resurrection. As it splits open, the wizard calls for Boo to answer, but only smoke emerges, causing Gohan to slightly retch at the smell of rotten food and candy, strangely enough. With his last-ditch effort in vain, Babidi baffles at the situation, screaming in fury and frustration. His plan to rule the universe has been all for naught. Knowing his father would spare the life of this miserable creature, Piccolo and Vegeta would have blasted him into oblivion. And years of fighting the cyborgs have given Gohan a different perspective on what it means to be a hero. Proving once again, he is indeed worthy to succeed his father, saving the Earth and entire universe without even knowing it. A few days later,
Babidi's ship was seen going to Earth.
what? In Universe 12, age 790, Trunks hovers over a mountain range, spotting a manhole, seemingly in deep thought. He suddenly shouts his hatred for this place. Descending, we find him in Jiro's lab, asking aloud, "So, where are you?" Quickly turning to discover Android 16, exactly what he came for. A few days pass, and Trunks' time still lies in ruin. Within Capsule Corps, Bulma appears to have been working hard on the android. Finished with the testing, they go to switch him on, and with the click of a few buttons. Cautiously, Trunks beckons. 16? Who calmly responds.
Yes.
First things first, being to let the robot know Son Goku died a long time ago, causing a short silence.
We have
in
my Raider
16
match after this next
before
match.
muttering.
Okay.
Still guarded, he explains, from what he understands, 16 is a kind creature and wants to protect the Earth and innocent beings, questioning if that's correct and applies to humans, which, with a smile, he confirms it indeed does, and having one last thing to prove. Powering up, the time traveler makes sure the android can sense his energy and how superior it is to his own. So if they were to come to blows, he knows who would win, which the android acknowledges, even going as far to admit Jiro never fathomed such power, which Trunks takes pride in. Powering down, he makes an offer. If he and his mother repair him, he will devote his existence to helping humanity rebuild itself, checking to see if that's okay. And 16 actually finds great joy in knowing he can aid the planet, but reaffirming, if he were to hurt anyone in any way, he will not hesitate to destroy him, just like he did to 17 and 18. With everything crystal clear, Trunks' timeline begins to look brighter and brighter. Bulma, Trunks, and the survivors of the android's decimation would gain a powerful and ironic ally that day. Having it been the androids and scientists to start the destruction of the world, it would now be the same that seek to put it back together.
In Universe 12, West City, age 794, or 27 years after the androids first appeared. Today will be another good day for the Earth. With the androids being vanquished for so many years, it is now estimated that over 85% of the Earth's infrastructures have been restored. And with the population slowly coming back as well, a new king shall be elected to govern us in the upcoming days. Breathing easy at the sound of this broadcast, Bulma feels that at long last, things are truly starting to feel like old times. Looking over at a shelf of photos from another age, she just knows that Gohan and Goku are looking down on them from paradise and smiling. And Vegeta too. Surely he's looking up with pride from the darkest, hottest, most skin-boiling pit of hell knowing that his son is a hero. She just wishes he could see him in person as he is now. As presumably the front door opens, the scientist greets whoever it is with a smile. Looks like someone had an eventful morning. Entering. Trunks tells how that was the first time in weeks he's been able to train extensively. It's getting pretty rare nowadays. Prompting his mother to comment that she bets rebuilding this world takes both leadership and brawn. The former surely thanks to herself, although he does have both in abundance. She hasn't made breakfast yet, so she'll start on that now. Trunks should expect it to be ready in about half an hour. He should hit the showers in the meantime. Pausing. She has a good point. It's probably a good idea to clean himself up. But first, he wanted to ask one thing. Curious, she questions what that is. In a few hours, he'll have someone coming over to hang out with. He just wanted to give her a heads up in case she was planning anything for him this
And
afternoon.
you guys are lucky you guys
Given the look
find
on his
matches
face,
real quick.
this
I'm
isn't
still
just
waiting. It's been like
someone.
over 10 minutes.
Giving Bulma the perfect
I just keep
opportunity
getting
to
failed
prod her
to connect
spawn
with
like
members, but
the
these people are dropping.
spawn prodder she is. With a big smile, she inquires if her boy's bringing his girlfriend over. Well, she bellows out with laughter at her own antics. Trunks shouts that this is serious. He hasn't gotten to see her in over 2 weeks. As we avoid any innuendos this could suggest, the scientist promises to be on her best behavior. She won't bother them in the slightest. Trunks continues. As for Android 16, he should be helping out the International Committee in making. When they're interrupted by the entire building beginning to rumble. Though it could easily be mistaken for more tragedy for our heroes, this is actually the moment that the Vargas
Yeah,
would
man,
show
I'm
up
not
in this
letting the queues go
universe.
over 5 minutes no more.
Continuing to tear through the sky of West City, one of the Namekians has to ask if they should really be going this fast. But of course, this is the best way to gain the attention of those who they seek. Their mission is to gather warriors, and this little spectacle will surely get them excited for what they have to offer. In doing just that, they've fully gotten the attention of the planet's most powerful fighter. It may feel like an earthquake, but Trunks senses distinct new energies outside, and they're definitely not human. He demands that his mother stay here and not leave unless he tells her. Obviously, after the chaos that the androids brought, he's not willing to take any chances. The ship landing in front of him, he wonders what an alien spaceship is doing here of all times and places. Just how they have for every other universe, the Vargas politely greet him, further stating that he's definitely the one they're seeking. And if that's so, Trunks just wants to know who they are and what they want. At the same time, he wonders what Namekians are doing here. He never thought he'd see them on Earth again. The same Vargas before explains their race, and how they've come from a universe parallel to this one. They use their technology to cross over to this plane of existence. Assuming he doesn't already know, the Namecs also explain their presence in assisting the Vargas for a grand spectacle that's never been seen before in all the universes. But another universe. Our hero believes he's familiar with this. They mean time travel. Though not quite. There isn't just one universe, but many of them. Each one follows its own path, but with different situations and choices. They weren't aware of any possibilities of time dilations. Meaning Big Brain Bulma discovered something even the Vargas couldn't. Continuing, to their knowledge after countless hours of testing,
But anyways,
they
you
are
found
the
a match
only
to start in
ones
2 minutes.
discover multiversal travel. With such a unique gift, they decided to host a tournament of epic proportions to reflect this. The other Namekian explains that the Vargas contacted the highest gods, the Kaioshin, for permission. Once granted, they contacted them for usage of the Dragon Balls. They agreed, and the winner will ultimately be allowed to make 3 wishes of their choosing. But 3 wishes! Naturally, this Trunks lives in a world without Dragon Balls. This is almost unbelievable. For so long, he and his mother have not been able to reach Planet Namek due to the destruction caused by the androids. But now, hope is clearer than ever. They can fix the infrastructures, restore the planet, or even revive those who have been killed.
Level
Everyone
2 Cell,
murdered can
easy.
finally come back. He'll finally get to see Master Gohan again, or even his father. Not Goku, though. He'll still be deader than dirt. That'll show him for dying of natural causes. The visitors elaborate that anyone who falls victim to mortality will be revived by other sets of Dragon Balls, and the possibility of having a good challenge shall become reality from these matches. This is a once-in-a-lifetime chance, and they just want to know if he's interested or not. However, this is something he needs to think about. If they can give him a couple hours, he needs to consult with some trusted companions of his. Then, he will have an answer for them. Understanding, they inform him that they'll be right here when he's decided. And so, about 2 hours pass by. Trunks, Bulma, and 16 conspire outside of Capsule Corp. Bulma has to admit that this tournament sounds like it could be the best thing to ever happen to them.
Alright, we got level 2 Cell. Let's get this W.
You got this?
Can you hear me?
Flying Nimbus!
Trunks, I've set a super time machine, as well as a crate of supplies. Here's how to launch. Find the power keys, then place them in the right spots.
You be careful too, okay?
Welcome.
Careful too, okay?
Someone!
You're a big help.
If any of you guys find the Dragon Balls, go for it.
Flying Nimbus!
So let me take this.
You found a power key. Go slot it.
I'll set this if it doesn't destroy the area. That's what usually happens.
Gotta get the hell out of here!
I don't think we're gonna make it.
Great! You know what to do with that key.
Flying Nimbus!
Stay calm. Stay calm.
Oh man.
This is bad. if you're going to help them.
You better not lose for level 3, so. You guys want to jump him? Do some damage? I don't know where this EP is.
Hey, great! You found another power key. Use it quick. An ally needs your help. You don't know what danger awaits.
Take on.
Holy hell.
Flying Nimbus!
Oh man.
That's a new power key. Place it now.
Say goodbye!
Stay calm. Stay calm.
I tried to save her with the sensu, it didn't work, man. So you hit me. Who wants a Dragon Ball?
You've got all 7 Dragon Balls. Summon Shinron at the altar. Holy hell.
Once this guy summons,
Oh, man.
we're just gonna jump him.
Oh man.
We'll plant this speed.
Now understood.
Great. You know what to do with that key.
Yo, let me get that, huh? Yo, fam, you got a melee. Level 4, go melee. Can't let him run away.
Stay calm.
failed.
Stay calm.
We'll get him at the time
Oh
machine.
man.
Because he keeps running away, man.
Stay calm.
We have the time on the key.
The startup system for the super time machine is ready. Head there now.
Welcome. Close.
Flying Nimbus!
Oh, he's almost dead.
Welcome.
Good job, guys. You guys want to talk goggles. Teamwork.
No one does this to me.
Good job, guys.
Goku would be drooling if he were still around to see this. And if this tournament is the real deal, Trunks believes there's a good chance he may even get to see their friends from the past. It's been about 10 years since they last saw each other. His mother adds that it would do him some good to see Vegeta again. Hopefully, his girlfriend will be okay with him being gone for so long, especially since he just canceled on her at the last minute. But a red-faced Trunks shouts that she understands, and for her to stop teasing him about it. 16 turns to the Celestial Visitors to question just how many universes will be attending this event. Surely it can't be too many. To be precise, they're planning to bring 20 universes to this event. So far, 11 are already on tournament grounds. This will be the 12th universe that they've discovered and invited for participation. As the android seems to be in deep thought for a moment, the scientist has to ask if he's decided whether to join or not. Given the considerations, 16 concludes that there will be a small chance that Goku, or an optimal version of which, will be attending. This alone makes participation worth it. So his answer is yes, he will be joining. A little strange that Bulma never found a way to disable this feature. She finds it odd that even after all these years, his obsession with Goku still remains strong. Regardless, she knows that he'll behave. His good nature can overpower his programming any day of the week. She has complete faith he won't do anything sinister. With that, the Varga inquires the group if they're ready to join. And with the obvious answer, Trunks beckons their guests to lead the way. Before boarding the ship, he makes sure his mother's positive that she doesn't want to join him. She'll be safe with him and 16. But with the two of them gone, somebody needs to stay behind and help with the leadership around here. He doesn't need to worry. She can defend herself. Just make her proud by kicking some butt in the tournament. Receiving this confirmation, Trunks would join his robot friend on the ship. The pilot alerts all on board to prepare for liftoff. As Trunks lets it sink in that for the first time in ages, his Saiyan blood is growing restless. The challenges he'll be facing will truly be amazing, and he can only hope that his father will be there. Bulma sees them off from Capsule Corp. This could just be the miracle they need to truly return their timeline back to normal. Landing in what is clearly the employee-only parking lot. The pair are taken to the pathway which will bring them to the arena. They can feel free to wander around. They shouldn't be surprised if certain participants don't recognize them. Everybody comes from different worlds. Some differ only by a small detail, and others are unrecognizable to the reality that they know. Getting a look at the enormous stadium and the crowd in attendance. They weren't kidding. This place is huge and teeming with life. It also seems that the spaces to the right is where the new competitors will eventually show up. To their left, it's already full with fighters. 16 scanners are picking up on some big powers. I'm about to do some shit. To Trunks, this is mind-boggling. One look and it's obvious that many here are the real deal. That guy over there, referring to Dabura, he's comparable to Cell once he absorbed 18. To think that there are some who have reached that threshold. Simultaneously, the wizard notes that they finally have some new guests, inquiring the King of Demons how strong he thinks they are. Who chuckles that the swordsman power is laughable. His own sister could crush him easily. Maybe you're referring to a certain time traveler? The tall one, he can't sense, but he doesn't seem like much. They're both challengers who shouldn't concern them.
Trying, brother, I'm trying. Trying to get in the top 10.
First getting a glimpse of his father from the old way Saiyans, even if a bit scruffy. Without a doubt, his dad is within that group. Seems like the Saiyan race
Honestly,
still
I
lives
probably
on
would have been
elsewhere,
higher, but
even though a bit primitive.
I was playing with some other raiders too.
When the android
I didn't play
points
with
out
Frieza the
someone
whole
with a big
time.
power is coming from just over there. revealing Bojack and his gang, a group that Trunks is already familiar with. However, it
Probably
was
next
before
time they have
16
rank.
was relevant in this timeline.
Maybe next year.
He himself had
We gotta
never
go for
encountered
top,
the pirate,
100
but remembers
survivors.
stories told by
Probably
Trunks,
won't make it this.
who
this,
elaborates that he's a despicable alien pirate who
one.
tried to invade Earth during his last trip to the past. He's pure evil. Alongside Cell and Broly, he's one of the worst threats he's ever faced. His power makes 17 and 18 in their prime seem like ants. Don't the organizers understand who they brought to this place? That monster has no heart and will enslave everyone if given the opportunity. Overhearing the squabble, Zenbu turns to notice Trunks, one of the few Z fighters he never got the chance to absorb. Or at least not this version. Goku and the others inside of him are confirming that this is the one from the future. The boy has grown, which makes the Majin wonder how strong he has become. And that person next to him, he is 16. Interesting. The robot still lives on in this world. He can't help but ponder if that's the exact same Trunks who came to his own universe 27 years ago. By mathematical deduction, there's an infinite number of universes, which makes it improbable. Eventually, he will find his answers nonetheless. Either way, he's happy to see that a true Super Saiyan has at last debuted among the public. It's been 20 years since he last faced one, and knowing his luck, more besides this boy shall begin appearing in due time. And speak of the devil, it appears that things shall be getting a bit more interesting from here on out. Back with Trunks, he mentions that they can't afford to drop their guard at any given moment. Who knows what or who is coming next? Just as he hears a very familiar voice, Emperor Vegeta spouts out, "So these are the tournament's grounds. What a piece of rushed, low-quality trash!" Seeing his father adorned in royal garb, alongside Goku and two Saiyans he's never seen before. What will Trunks make of the destined version of Vegeta that was never to be in our universe? And how will Vegeta feel about the son he never had? Hearing that purple-haired boy say something, the brash Emperor turns to rudely inquire if he said something to him. Though without any current interest in getting to know him, he meekly remarks, "No, sir," causing the former to scoff that's what he thought. Raditz comments to his little brother that it looks like he's got some competition on who can irritate Vegeta the fastest. Though the feral version of our hero hisses that he can go screw himself. He'll beat everyone's bottom here if he has to. He bows to no man, including Vegeta. Prompting the Emperor to interrupt, he informs the group that they should make a good impression among these universes. So if he finds any of them acting like a complete clown and making them look ridiculous, say like not showing proper respect to their rightful leader, for instance. Immortal or not, he himself is still dozens of times stronger than them, speaking to Kakarot in particular as he's the real one with behavioral issues. He better not think for a second that he won't pulverize them the instant he embarrasses them. He has no qualms about scattering his ashes here. Though with a bigger mouth than brain, Kakarot snarls that Vegeta thinks he's stronger. They can settle. But before getting the next sentence out, Raditz speaks over him and shouts that Kakarot humbly apologizes for his rude behavior, begging he be forgiven, forcing him to bow. The Emperor utters that was a wise move of the low-level warrior. Raditz better be sure to keep his leash close, or he knows what'll happen. As their leader walks off, the older of Bardock's sons thanks him for being so understanding. They have taken his words to heart. However, the fury still burns in Kakarot's stomach. He vows that one day, Vegeta will die. Why does stupid Raditz always have to get in the way of his vengeance? Nonetheless, soon, he shall dance over his skull. Mark his words. Spectating the entire confrontation, Trunks thinks that this version of his father is even darker than the one he met in the past before he changed for the better. 16 notes that his scanners are picking up an uneasy power within him. He believes it'd be wise to steer clear. Although, he finally found a Goku that's within his acceptable thresholds. He hopes to terminate him once and for all. With a bead of sweat, the half-Saiyan figures at least he'll finally be able to get his wish. His mind really elsewhere. He has a bad feeling about all of this. First Bojack, and now an evil version of his father with no redeeming qualities. Just how messed up are the other universes? A few hours pass as the other contestants are rounded up. Coldly piercing through a dicey cut of villain from a greater slice of life. Trunks can't help but scowl that since they arrived, they act like they own the place. He doesn't recognize the soldiers, but Frieza and his family clearly rule that universe. He feels sorry for those forced to be in servitude to those creatures. His companion replies that in their own world, Goku killed them all when they invaded Earth. But when he went back to the past, Trunks took him out himself. Which is correct. Though the one behind Frieza and King Cold, he doesn't recognize. He assumes he also died in their universe somehow. Or at least he hopes so. But at least there's one universe where hope does live on. Those guys over there. He saw them in photos and was told stories about their courage. Revealing Yamcha, Tien, Krillin, Some Guy, and Videl. And actually, after looking it up, and this is lifted directly from the Dragon Ball Multiverse fandom page, linked below. At some point, Yamcha was augmented into a cyborg by Dr. Gero. It was he who was given the designation of Artificial Human number 17. He was likely selected instead of Lapis and Lazuli, who became Artificial Humans 17 and 18 in the standard Dragon Ball timeline. Gero's motivation for creating the Artificial Humans in Universe 9 is currently unknown. Son Goku never arrived on Earth. Henceforth, he could have never destroyed the Red Ribbon Army. It's also unknown if any iteration of Android 18 exists in this universe, whether it be Lazuli or somebody else. It could very well be possible Yamcha is the only one converted into a cyborg by Gero. As such, it's unknown who, if anyone, destroyed the Red Ribbon Army, fueling Gero's desire for revenge. Or maybe, Gero's not a bad guy at all here. And while we're talking about these folks and to dive even deeper into the lore, it was confirmed in the Dragon Ball Multiverse novel series that Tien and Krillin did die at some point. Because so, they were able to train under King Kai and learn the Kaioken. Also, this is Bulma, and this is Trunks, the spawn of her and Yamcha, and is married to Videl. Lore peddling aside, Trunks noticed this before I even turned the page. He states that there's a version of himself and his mother there. He looks different from himself, but it's definitely him. Yet again, scanning with the scanners, 16 hypothesizes that there's about a 50% difference, most likely different fathers. Which makes sense. He's likely fully human. As the robot's tone quickly turns serious, and asking what's wrong. In the shadows, we can make an assumption.
Alright, team, bro. Back at 4 out of 8 right now.
17 utters to his sister that it looks like those bird people weren't lying. There's definitely more humans left than they realized. Who replies that now they can definitely have more fun than before. Furious! It can't be! Those monsters are alive and here too? Though turning not to Trunks, but the Emperor Saiyan. 18 laughs if it isn't Vegeta again, and looks like he's still a shrimp she sees. Causing him to tersely question just who the heck this woman is. She best mind her own business if she knows what's good for her. Which only encourages her to continue her chortles and seeing he's still the same smug idiot from their world. It takes her back a bit.
Every 5
Stroking
minutes,
her
I'm just gonna
hair,
refresh
she
mine.
smirks to the little man that they killed him for giggles. They were nothing to them, even when he tried copying her by turning blonde. A statement that gets his attention. He now wonders just who these two disrespectful individuals are. They know his name. And what she means by blonde. Do they mean Super Saiyan? There's no way they could know so much. Unless... With a new voice cackles out with laughter from the Saiyan universe. Kakarot howls that he never thought he would see two punks addressing their dear prince like this. It's honestly too funny. But with one look, he can tell that they are human somehow. Which means he himself needs to kill him. 17 finally piping up. He smiles. Well, look at this. Their long-awaited Goku. He's definitely a bit different based on their data, but worthy to die all the same. At last, they can finally get rid of their programming once they end this miserable fool's life. But who cares about the tournament? Kakarot is fine with teaching these little brats some manners here and now. Again, his brother in tow demanding he waits. As something appears to get the attention of everyone in attendance. Boo remarks that it seems tensions have finally started to run high among those familiar with each other, though the power everyone feels isn't Vegito or Gaster anyone. But Trunks letting his anger swell over at the sight of the androids. Those murderous pigs! The mere thought they even breathe, knowing what they've done, is an injustice he cannot live with. "16 stops him. He recommends his counterpart let it go and not make a scene. Since this is a tournament, he may have a shot in the ring. resolving to let his benevolence win. He's right. This little display of power does manage to pique the interest of those nearby. Fujin thinks he recognizes that guy. He's the one who killed Gokua. Or Gakua. The dubism being Kogu. Back in their own universe. Zangya backs this up. He seems to be just as strong as ever. Of course, Bojack looks at him as just another small fry. If they killed him in their universe, they can surely do it again. He's not a threat to them. When Vegeta, the Emperor one, finally realizes something, there's no doubt about it. That boy has Saiyan blood coursing through his veins. He's a Super Saiyan. But no Saiyan has such colorful features, referring to his hair and eyes, of course. So he must be mixed race. But who are his parents? Vegeta likely speculates that he would know who either a Saiyan mother or father are, given that there are so few of their kind left in this universe. Really poking the bear. The androids decide to take a hop and skip to offer a visit to dear old Trunks. They comment how they've been searching for him for years. So this is where he's been hiding all this time. And it seems like he's trained a bit. But still, he's nothing compared to them. Which likely isn't the case. Trunks barks that the two of them are scum. Just them existing and having to share the same oxygen as them makes him want to vomit. They better be warned here and now. If they take another step, the organizers won't be able to save them from his wrath. 18 giggles, so much macho talk coming from a pretty boy. He doesn't need to worry. They'll kill him in due time just as they did to his mother, prompting a quick interruption from 16. He demands that both of them leave now. They have overstayed their welcome. He and Trunks want nothing to do with them. Is that clear? Getting a load of this guy, 17 states that it appears Trunks managed to make a friend. He's pretty tall, and he doesn't look entirely human. Who is he? Who simply tells he's a creation of Dr. Gero designated as Android 16. That's all they need to know. Coming to a shock to the cyborgs, they didn't know that the Doctor's earlier prototypes were still active. They thought there was only the two of them left. With a bit of silence, 18 rolls her eyes that they'll be back eventually. Trunks won't escape them forever. She can tell that he is the version from their world. Her brother continues that as for Android 16, he will rue the day that he sided with these deplorable humans in the end. Hopping back to their quarters, it looks like that despicable Gero had more machines than they thought. Unfortunately, or maybe fortunately, they completely destroyed his lab. They're the only ones who should be left. After their leave, Trunks takes in the harsh reality that too many of these universes are being run by detestable vermin. What went so wrong in Universe 14 that causes Z-Fighters to lose this bad? A few more hours pass by. Peering over at one of the more interesting contestants, the mother of Ickle, the super strong warrior that was announced literally 15 years ago but was never born. The same one who, if has any surprise impact on the ending of the series, will just cause me to retire. But assuming that won't be the case, Ickle's mother chides in attendant that she expects nothing but the best for her child when he's finally born. Hence why she needs things done now, not tomorrow. Though listening, the Varga responds with a bit of an annoyed sigh,
for like 8 minutes.
assuring he hears her.
To refresh it.
But inside, he knows he doesn't get paid enough for this stuff. Given her less than usual physique for a warrior, it's kind of hard to believe that someone like her is the strongest fighter in an entire universe. What happened to make such a reality? Truth is, 16 reasons that it could be anything. Although a strange power is emitting from her, he can't pinpoint its exact nature. Of course, we've already been made aware that it's her unborn child, not the woman herself that's the warrior. But he wasn't born in time for his match against 17, so he is disqualified. When a few familiar voices enter the arena, one shouts to her dad that she's so excited. A calming voice responds that he knows, and he's happy for her. A grumbly baritone rumbles that he just hopes there's a good challenge here. Those bird brains better not disappoint. Before a teenage timbre comments that against him and his dad, he'd be surprised if anyone could last 5 seconds. A shadowy figure warns that everybody should stay sharp out here. Friendly tournament or not, who knows what's already here ready to cause some trouble. Universe 16, also known as Vegito in some Brawl's universe. Goten calls out to his best friend that he's so pumped. Once they become Gotenks, he just knows they're gonna be unstoppable, causing Trunks to holler back in agreement. He wants to explore this place while they can though. Who knows what they'll find? The duo jetting off, Gohan notices someone in particular. Is that Returning the surprise, Trunks sees his old friend too. Getting a look at him, he's much older than the one he ran into in the past, but he still knows it's actually him. This brings back some memories. The former tells his family that he'll be back in a bit. He sees an old friend that he hasn't spoken to in almost 3 decades. Speaking to the man still inside the entryway, who we already know is Vegito, Piccolo brings attention to the fact that his son from the future is also here. The fused warrior should go see him, making Vegito laugh. He's sure Trunks will be surprised to see what's become of his father, but in due time, he will go talk to him. And he can also tell that he's kept up on his training, wondering how much stronger he's gotten in comparison to the Trunks of his own universe. Landing, Gohan happily greets his old friend saying it's good to see him again, and he's grown, which is kinda bizarre, as Gohan was like 11 or 12 when they last saw each other and Trunks was 17-ish? Then again, maybe I'm the only one who stopped growing after 7th grade. My crushing insecurities aside, Trunks could say the same thing. He grew much differently than the Gohan from his world. Laughing this off, though clearly a bit embarrassed, the times of peace have really gotten him spoiled. Things have been great for the most part since the last time they saw each other. Acknowledging Android 16, Gohan states it's a pleasure to meet him again. He's sure Trunks told him what happened back where he's from. And of course he has. The robot expresses how glad his counterpart fought to protect nature, even if it meant death. Trunks takes this as an opportunity to point out the new faces in Gohan's group as well. Naturally, he recognizes Piccolo, and himself, but not the others. Who are they? Looking back towards him, the woman who is by his side is his wife Videl. The younger girl by her is their daughter. Her name's Pan. Then, the young man next to Trunks is Goten, his younger brother. Then there's his half-sister Brawl, who likely won't be relevant in this tournament at all. Future Trunks takes this all in. The family has really grown over the years. Since Goku's been dead, he knows it's not easy being the main caretaker of things. Reminder, this Trunks only knows that Goku decided to stay dead after the defeat of Cell. He has no idea that he came back to fight Majin Buu or any of that. Continuing, he'd like him to tell him, how are his mother and father doing? How are Vegeta and Bulma? Which brings in an interesting conversation. He's sorry to say this, but just like his own dad, Vegeta's gone. Forever. It's a long story, but he no longer exists in this world or the next. Bulma has actually remarried. Like a punch to the chest, the time traveler never thought that final moment would be the final moment he would see his father. However, Gohan does have some good news. There is a person in this universe who came with him. He's not out in the open yet, but he is. Though before he can finish that thought, something catches the both of their attentions. Same with Vegito. He smirks at this particular key and the idea that he decided to come to this tournament. He sure brings back a lot of memories from his progenitor's experience with him.
He fought a match. Should start in 2 minutes.
The nightmare never ends. It's Cell. Striking fear into many of our heroes. The bio-android chuckles that he bets this is a past variation of his universe. Quote, the Piccolo is a dead giveaway, though nobody else of worth has shown up. Too bad. Spotting a worthy foe. The Fiend then chortles that here's little Gohan all grown up, and Trunks is also with him. How delightful. The sons of Goku and Vegeta that delivered so many opportunities are now standing before him again. Perhaps coming here was wise after all. The chance to kill Gohan a second time and to score a third kill on Trunks would make for an excellent warm-up. A perfect way to showcase his complete power. Speaking only loud enough for Trunks to hear, Gohan apologizes to leave so soon, but he needs to be there for his family in case that monster gets any bright ideas. Leaving the time traveler to get lost in his own thoughts. Cell, the biological demon of terror, is now here. How can this be happening? Even after so many years, he's still not on his level. They're all in grave danger if Cell makes a move. Freaking Jiro! He deserves a fate worse than hell for creating so much pain and suffering across the multiverse. Trunks would kill him himself given the opportunity. To think his world, brought to the brink of destruction, is actually one of the lucky ones. How sad is that? Kicking it over to the best character of the series, Zenbu spouts to himself how wonderful it is that he gets to meet Perfect Cell, the greatest threat the Earth ever faced, after himself. He must say, it's like looking at a slight... The greatest threat the Earth ever faced. After himself. He must say, it's like looking at a slight...
Can you hear me?
Flying Nimbus!
I've set a super time machine, as well as a crate of supplies. Here's how to launch. Find the power keys, then place them in the right spots.
Perfect!
Oh, here.
I've arrived. At last. Excellent.
You're my savior.
Calm yourself, Broly.
You found a power key. Go slot it.
At long last.
Be a power creator. Just key rush him. That's the only way.
You're my savior.
Key rush him, beat him up at level 2.
Perfect! Flying Nimbus!
This real quick.
Welcome. Thank you. Close.
Right over there. Looks like he's heading towards A. The most annoying key is C and D. We found
Flying Nimbus!
CP. I'm gonna look for the CP right now. This guy's not flame.
Anyone out there? Please help me.
The good thing is that he's not leveling up, but we're not finding keys.
Thank you very much. Very much.
Flying Nimbus!
Always gotta check the secret spots. Let me take this. No one found the key yet, man.
Hey, great! You found another power key. Use it quick.
We got a level 3. 5 Dragon Balls.
Thanks.
Welcome.
Flying Nimbus!
Well, I don't know where that B key is. Bro, there's a second player who's not loaded in properly. Maybe we should just help this guy.
Great! You know. You are to erase head.
Oh my gosh, he just missed it.
Oh man. Flying Nimbus!
We saw the full team. Oh no, we don't. Right when I said that, I jinxed it.
Found another
I
power
swear I
key.
jinxed it.
Use it quick. Ally down. If you intend to rescue them, watch out for enemies.
Alright, we got one Dragon Ball.
Flying Nimbus!
Got to save that person.
Flying Nimbus!
I'm gonna try to sentry and then help fight.
That's a new power key. Place it now. Head up! Use good old Seven Dragon Balls. Summon Shenron at the altar.
So, now we have to plant the key, and this guy has the Dragon Balls. You better not lose the Dragon Balls, bro. Ronzi summon. Teamwork.
Consider it done.
Shout out to that other guys.
The startup system for the super time machine is ready. Somebody's down. Exercise extreme caution if you're going to help them.
I'm so scared.
Ah, you little bitch. Mario LaFleur, save me.
Don't know what danger awaits. Rushing in. Ally down. If you intend to rescue them, watch out for enemies.
would have done the same thing. The leader half was chasing the guy with the Dragon Ball, and no one else wanted to help. And the guy who had the Dragon Ball, he took too long.
I'll send some supplies to help. Make good use of them.
Flying Nimbus!
Oh, crap.
You just need to play smart. This other person needs to help. One more hit. Good job.
What?
Slightly lesser version of himself. Too bad he can never become truly perfect, unlike the Majin. But he alone needn't hog the spotlight. Whose personal wish has been granted? The one he's been waiting for to finally show
Unfortunately, I was a
himself.
sacrifice.
The only one he could never defeat. Vegito. Though he is curious if he's even a match for him now. For now, it's time for a nap. He doesn't think there'll be any more interesting participants. Almost all the cards have been set. Now he just needs to deal everyone's hands.
What do you have equipped?
Spotting the most vanilla of all universes. Trunks lays eyes on Goku himself, and his father. He's surprised to see another group got here so fast, and they seem almost identical to Universe 16. Android 16 utters that this is good news. Now there are two versions of Goku to kill. He likes these odds. But that's not what Trunks was saying. He's sure he's not being serious anyway. Hopefully. However, that's not all. Universe 19 has also just been filled up. He doesn't sense much power from them, but their armor looks tough. Before peering over to the original big bad of this event. He might think it's impossible, but it's Broly. Again wondering what the organizers could have been thinking. Bojack and Cell are bad enough, but to have that psychopath here is too much. The robot iterates that he is the legendary Super Saiyan that Trunks spoke of. His scanners simply fail to fully gauge his power. He might be the strongest one here. After knowing all those who'll be participating, it's clear as day that Trunks has no chance at actually winning. Gohan and the others of his world. He's sorry, he won't be able to revive them. Still, his Saiyan blood refuses to cave in. Hope may still live on. He will fight as hard as he can and prevail to the bitter end. At the very least, he can test his limits and find out where he's lacking. And while he is skeptical of the Vargas at first, he also achieved his dream in getting to see his friends of the past. Plus, his father is right there. In a little bit, he'll go over and introduce himself. And of course, he'll also speak to Goku. Gohan was right. He does make things better just by being here. It's good to see him back alive. Just then, the announcer bellows that all the challengers have arrived. They've randomly selected the matches, so may the fighters get ready. 16 asks his friend if he's ready for these fights. And he is. These battles will indeed stand against the test of time itself. The android agrees. Trunks should just know that if they somehow meet in the ring, he won't be holding back. And the same goes for the big old bag of gears. Trunks doesn't plan on pulling punches either. As Nappa and Cargo enter the ring. It now begins.
Universe 13, Year 737, Planet Earth, home to humans, humanoids, and animals. A mysterious child screeches as an old man attempts to calm him down, who insists he doesn't mean any harm. Trying to get a hold of the infant, no matter what he does, all the baby wants to do is kick and scream, simply full of violence. The elderly fellow thinks how fortunate it is that he was the one who found him, as this little guy is strong enough to probably kill someone. Raising the boy, Grandpa Gohan writes a letter to Kami-Sennin, or Master Roshi, detailing how he found and adopted a strange human infant with a monkey tail. However, he is very violent and aggressive, but only towards him, not animals. Yesterday, he nearly fell to his death from a cliff during one of his outbursts. Seeming to be just a year old, the boy also appears to understand when Gohan speaks to him, and has even spoken his first words himself: kill humans. He's only calm when eating, and when learning self-control through martial arts. Beckoning his master if he knows someone who could offer counsel regarding this kid, not able to bring in a normal person as it would put him in danger. Not even able to go through a full night's sleep. Gohan continues to think of a solution, considering it may be possible he just needs a feminine touch, remembering Ox may have a young daughter. But thinking it through, he probably wouldn't respond well to the request of introducing a hyper-violent homicidal maniac to her, when the demon himself comes tugging at the old man's pant leg, simply saying, "Martial arts." But Gohan tells him it's too late to train. With that, he barks, "Wanna eat?" causing him to simply reply, "Wanna sleep?" when Goku's heart begins to thud, as he appears to fall into a trance. Gohan bending down to see if the boy's okay. Tonight is the night the Saiyan would transform on the Earth for the first time. Running back to his home to fetch the Niobe. The situation gets more intense by the second. Gohan tries to think of something else he can do, and since the tail kind of stands out a bit, he thinks that may be his weakness. And while we get an interesting origin to the rock, paper, scissors technique, the old-timer falls here to the mighty invader, who resumes his original goal, to kill all humans, stomping off into the night. For years, a savage beast has been destroying villages, methodically one after another, causing an entire continent to live in fear, as with each night of devastation, it is known to leave no survivors. But upon closer inspection, we see the one terrorizing these people is something we already know. A shadow cast down on a giant, ape-like footprint. As Roshi sighs, what a terrible sight this is. Appearing to him, the monster has no desire to eat or rest, only to kill, as his violence is not random. Krillin even producing a few tears at the sight, but contradicts his master's statement, as he points out the pigs were mostly devoured. The hermit replying that may be true, but the villagers weren't, signifying this creature has a penchant for death, only eating when necessary, and not eating what it doesn't like. Further theorizing, it conveniently goes missing between attacks. Maybe there's someone behind the beast controlling it. Either way, this time around, the monster didn't finish the job, as there are still houses standing, directing Krillin to venture into the forest to search for survivors, while he snoops around here a little more. But he warns, this enemy is no simple animal, it's a fierce and well-skilled killer. We're then confronted with a vision of a young boy's past. His mother training him only to kill, and abusing him to instill this message into him. Also, Raditz was there. Nudging the kid awake, Krillin checks to see if he's okay, questioning if he's from the village. But the stranger, only able to barely open his eyes to see the sun gleaming off his visitor's head, can only mutter, "Human?" before his opposite points back to the way he came from, explaining they should both return to the village and regroup with the Turtle Master, piquing the Saiyan's interest. Knowing this guy smells like a human, but inquires if he's actually a turtle, who spouts he is, as a member of the famed turtle school. Goku, or Kakarot, merely piffs at this and walks away, but Krillin doesn't take it to heart, only thinking he must still be in great shock. After all his family and friends are gone. And he's probably exhausted having run throughout the entire night. Surely, this is what must be causing his strange behavior. Catching back up with him, the bald hero suggests they stick together. Seeing a river nearby on his way here, he thinks the two of them should go wash up. Thinking for a moment, Kakarot remembers. Of course, turtles love water. Soon after, they find themselves at a remarkable landscape. Not hesitating to jump in, Krillin actually gets a kick out of seeing how innocent his new friend is. Even though they're about the same age, he just acts so carefree. Speaking of carefree, Krillin decides to hop in himself. Kakarot is astonished to see the so-called turtle can remove a shell, causing the Saiyan to think,
Yo,
he
Super Saiyan, how your
doesn't
match
look
is going?
Human, plus humans normally live in packs. Hitting him with a water gun. He screams for the stupid turtle to stop running. Krillin finding great humor in this, uncontrollably laughing as he tries to evade his pursuer. As the sun moves in the sky, playtime is over. Figuring it's much better than what he was wearing before, he gifts Kakarot with his Orin Temple gi. Just happy it fits, he thinks it suits him well. Back at the village, Roshi spots a victim who he recognizes, having faced him at the World Martial Arts Tournament around a year ago. But of course, as Jackie Chun, he would have even made it to the finals had he not landed in the same bracket as the Turtle Master. Knowing full well, he must have protected his people with all of his strength, but it still wasn't enough. Even getting a clue his abilities went far past hand-to-hand combat, as an axe sticks in a rock. Then he gets curious about something, noticing rather small footprints on the ground. Deducing somewhat, he was able to make this monster disappear, only to fall to the fists of a man. The man who controls the beast. As the boys continue to walk, Kakarot has a question, inquiring why the turtle here is so nice. Insisting he call him Krillin, he explains it's normal to want to help those in need, shocked how alone Kakarot must have been, causing the Saiyan to look at the ground, uttering, he's always been alone. Krillin quipping, but we're friends now, right? Taking a modest pause, Kakarot has to think what that word even means. When the torment of his mother begins to push itself into the front of the young man's mind, screeching at him, his new friend is a human and must die. But he convinces himself the kid is actually a turtle, just an animal, and he doesn't have to kill him, gritting his teeth thinking how much fun he had, and he doesn't want to be alone again. Amidst this intense mental battle, Krillin formally inquires what Kakarot's name is, who simply replies with the easy answer, as his turtle friend ushers him back to what he believes is his village, assuring no monster is there anymore. Just as Master Roshi discovers the boy's severed tail. Spotting a shell, Kakarot is amazed to find another turtle, as his companion shouts to his master he's found a survivor. Turning to him, he congratulates Krillin on a job well done, before sympathetically bending down to speak to the young villager, begging he explain what happened here. But growing a cold stare, Kakarot grunts this man looks like a human, which of course he is. It's not something Roshi ever tried hiding. Calling them imposters, the Saiyan's assault resumes, catching the hermit off guard. While mostly in control, Roshi realizes quickly his foe's power is immense. Trying to put together the pieces, he thinks to last night, when there was a full moon, asking the child if he knows anything about the tail he found, who bellows, that's his. Krillin finally interfering, tries to hold Kakarot back, but his master barks for him to get away from the crazed fighter, believing him to be some kind of new werewolf. Delivering a blow to his neck, the child is subdued for now. Roshi only hoping he wasn't too violent with that last attack. Despite this affront, the hermit still finds pity for the boy, his aggressive werewolf nature even shining through when there is no full moon. After seeing this side of him, Krillin lets out a sigh at the thought that the two of them could have been friends. Not believing he'll wake up for a while, the old-timer states it's their duty to bring him back to a peaceful frame of mind. But opening a single eye, showing to be even more resilient than Roshi thought, he quickly dashes through the trees. Giving chase, the Turtle Master doesn't want to lose him in the jungle. Stopping at a cave, the pair still haven't lost sight. But it seems the boy may be luring them into a trap. Even Roshi himself points this out. Because it's too dangerous, he insists his students stay behind and only join in when they both emerge. Not liking this, Krillin agrees to do so nonetheless. Thinking to himself, the cave is host to endless darkness. This must be what the child wanted. Able to sniff out the Turtle Master, Roshi has some tricks of his own to evade his enemy in the dark. But unfortunately, not so much to sense his surroundings. That crack to the head bumping pretty good. He begins to feel this will be harder than he thought. Hearing all kinds of impacts from inside the cavern, Krillin visibly worries about his sensei. Before listening to the cadence of his signature attack. But Kakarot emerges the winner, dragging the beaten body of Master Roshi. His lone student rushing over in disbelief. Tears fill his eyes as he bellows he wanted to save the savage child. But unfeeling, he looks into Krillin's soul, informing his mission is to kill all humans. And one day, he will kill him too. Walking past him and dashing back into the forest. Making his way through the trees, he stops momentarily, taking a look at the only human to call him friend, even if just for a day. Alas, the brainwashing he underwent as an infant proves too much for him to change his ways. Sobbing for his fallen mentor, he stammers through his sadness to speak his final words to Roshi, saying his master only wanted to save that boy, but he turned out to be nothing but a cold-blooded monster. Swearing, somehow, he himself will manage to stop Kakarot, and for humanity, his duty is to kill him. Not long before the arrival of Raditz, Earth is now shown to only bear host to a small pocket of animal life. The vast majority of, if not all, humans and humanoids are dead.
What are you doing, Krillin? I'm coming to stop you, demon! You'll die, Krillin! You'll die like all the others!
Terrence is in a huge fight right now. What's going on?
Oh! See? Now you're dead too.
Earth, on October 12th, year 761, in Universe 13, Raditz beelines towards the planet. With Yamcha and Tien, the pair seem to be witnessing something terrible. And sure enough, the entire city has been destroyed. Growling, it was him again! Determined to track down this monster, Tien and Jeans doesn't even sense a single survivor. As the pod lands, the Saiyan steps out, happy to breathe the same air as his little brother. And if what he's heard is true, this world should sell well. It doesn't take long for the duo to sense his presence, feeling his powerful aura. They dash in the invader's direction, worried this fiend has gotten even stronger. Yamcha pointing out, this actually feels like someone new. Quickly moving in, Raditz picks up on our heroes approaching, curious as to why this planet has any survivors. Scoffing that wasn't very conscientious of his younger sibling, but he'll take care of it himself. Coming face to face, Yamcha demands to know who this guy is, who only responds by commenting on their power levels,
Alright, fun match.
as they seem rather
Should
strong
start in
to be
2 minutes.
humans, supposing they use this strength to evade his brother. But determined to get an answer, he shouts back in anger to explain who he is. But the Saiyan only grins.
What does it matter to you? You will die! Stupid human! Not bad! Not good enough! Full fake fist! Yamcha!
Helping his ally back to his feet, he questions if he's okay, who quietly urges you run away.
No! Stop it! Come on! It's over! Go! Oh! What?
Stop it, Tien! That's enough!
Away from the battle, Kakarot finds himself in the middle of a forest, gazing out into nothing. He wonders why he's alone again. When a deer comes
It's all
up
good,
to
man.
him,
We all lose
reaching
to
out,
pool money.
he thanks the creature for the visit. With a sickening cackle, the Saiyan monster strikes down the innocent animal. When something else gets his attention, these two! I'm coming! Tien! As a series of Kikohos did nothing to injure Raditz, he piffs at the idea that such a pitiful attack would have been enough to defeat him. Returning the advice, he weakly grunts for Yamcha to run. Shut up! Savagely kicking his head into the ground, Yamcha takes the opportunity to retreat, but his foe isn't about.
Oh, better luck next time, man.
Can you hear me? Flying Nimbus! Trunks! I've sent a super time machine, as well as a crate of supplies. Here's how to launch. Find the power keys, then place them in the right spots. You found a power key. Go slot it. Hey, great! You found another power key. Use it quick.
Is anyone out there? I'm grateful.
Flying Nimbus!
Welcome. Thank you. Whoa.
Great! You know what to do with that key.
Welcome. Thank you.
An ally needs your help. We don't know what danger awaits. Think before rushing in.
I'm grateful.
This is bad. Somebody's down. Exercise extreme caution if you're going to help them. That's a new power key. Place it now.
Gotta get the hell out of here! Give me a freaking break.
Flying Nimbus! An ally needs your help. We don't know what danger awaits. Think before rushing in.
Sorry, let me hit the A. Trying to find that key.
You know what to do with that key.
Pretty sure he knows what that CP is.
Flying Nimbus! Ally down! If you intend to rescue them, watch out for enemies.
And I know where to take it to Dragon Ball. Yeah, one level 3.
Stay calm. Oh man.
Yeah, he knows what a key is.
Here comes the pain!
He knows exactly what a key is. Oh, geez.
Don't disappoint.
Oh man.
The startup system for the super time machine is ready. Head there now.
Bro, this guy's whatless.
The startup system is under attack. Stop it if you can, but retreat if you
He
need
got level
to.
3
Got it?
help us.
Fast, don't use them.
Awesome bullshit.
This is bad. Somebody's down. Exercise extreme caution if you're going to help them.
I owe you one.
Ally down! If you intend to rescue them, watch out for enemies.
Holy hell.
The startup system's under attack. It's dangerous, so tread carefully if you want to get closer.
Take on.
He got Pacific.
Crap. Jeez. Damn it, crap. Here comes the pain.
This move's so annoying in Universe.
Exercise extreme caution if you're going to help them.
That's also a good move here. So it kind of traps the Raider. And then everyone could just use Key Blast.
Okay.
These guys are worthless.
About to let him get away. While searching, it seems the Earthling has managed to give him the slip. And having destroyed a scouter, Raditz grows furious at the situation, screaming to know where he's hiding. And below, Yamcha wonders what he should do as the villain screams,
What if you won't come out? Then I'll make you!
while he tries to evade the explosions. Looking for an escape, he's approached by someone else. Creepily licking his chops, the man utters, "Yum, tender flesh." And before Kakarot can do it, Raditz finishes off the Earthling, the Saiyan scowling.
Hey! That human was mine!
But in the air, Raditz is elated to see his brother.
What the? Huh? Where did he?
Sedating the Earth Dweller the old-fashioned Saiyan way, the invader can't believe how much like their father he looks. Chalking his attack up to the loneliness, he'll forgive his brother this time, but from now on, he'll have to obey. Throwing him into a pod he had on standby, the two venture back to the other Saiyan survivors. In this universe, Kakarot and Raditz would be reunited as planned, and upon joining forces with Nappa and Vegeta, what effect will this have on their reality? Frieza Planet 54. After subduing his brother and retrieving him from a desolated Earth, Raditz speaks with a member of the medical staff on Kakarot's condition. Most worrisome, it's blatantly evident he's suffering from several mental disorders, likely due to living alone his entire life, only chasing a singular destructive goal. But as Saiyans are, Raditz doesn't care for the details, only wanting to know if they can, quote, fix him. Apul, or another member of Apul's race, goes into how he was given sedatives to calm him down, for now. But as his brother, he will need to speak to him every day to work through these problems and bring his mind back to functioning order, believing his will is strong, and his sanity should return with time. 5 days later.
Them! There! Must kill! No, Kakarot! They're not under contract.
10 days later.
Use the cutlery, Kakarot. The what? I throw power! It goes boom!
20 days later.
You must concentrate your energy and know where it comes from for you to attack efficiently.
While the sibling trains, Raditz has a conversation with somebody on his scouter, saying aloud he believes Kakarot is ready to join him. Although he isn't very strong, he's gotten back on track pretty fast. He simply needed some real Saiyan training. Ending the communication, we find out it was either Nappa or Prince Vegeta he was speaking to, and they'll be regrouping with them in less than a year. But this news only frustrates the Savage Warrior, not wanting to sit idly for that long before asking if they had a planet to slaughter. But the more experienced fighter doesn't feel it's the best idea for only the two of them to attack, wanting to increase their numbers first. But pressing the issue, Kakarot questions if they really need these other guys. But in full transparency, his older brother tells, Nappa and Vegeta are each 10 times stronger than either of them, and it's not enough to be the most powerful individuals on Frieza Planet 54. Admitting that's why he searched for his younger sibling in the first place. As alone, he is nothing in the eyes of an elite. Showing not one for manners, of course, Kakarot quips,
So without your lack of confidence, I'd still be on Earth.
going a bit Tyson Fury, or maybe Mike Tyson, on his foe and licking the blood from his face. This gives our forlorn hero an idea. To show them what they're really worth, the brotherly duo should stomp that planet before they even arrive. But bellowing out in laughter, Raditz points out the natives aren't weak like the Earthlings, and his power is a paltry 576. But Kakarot urges he check that scouter again. Skyrocketing, for him at least, and now reads nearly 3 times as high at 1445. It seems there are things the lesser warrior has learned on Earth that he can teach his brother. Though impressive, they need a lot more for the world they're heading to. In fact, they aren't even powerful enough to control Cybermen, resolved to teach each other everything they know. Kakarot believes in 6 months, they'll be making the power detector cry, but proving to have their work cut out for them. Only 4 weeks later, Kakarot faces 13G gravity for the first time. Not much more intense than Planet Vegeta's pull, but he finds himself puking his guts out hands and knees on the ground. Another month would pass, and they may be pushing themselves too hard. But hey, a good beating can also help a Saiyan's progress. Raditz taught Kakarot the advantages of flying, how in the air, the weak points of an opponent change, and the ground is no longer a protector. The younger brother then tells his elder to set a scouter aside and scout for himself, feeling the energy of those nearby. Studying up, they learn the scientific process of how the full moon transforms them into Azarus. As Raditz states, there are no celestial satellites orbiting their target. Kakarot theorizes they don't need one, just the strange light the moon emits. Maybe they can harness it into some kind of device. Between that and the Cybermen, they'll trash that planet. And the Earth having sold well, Raditz was rewarded handsomely. If the engineers here could make some sort of tiny lamp. And finally, on the 6th month, they head towards planet Helior, host of the Hellites. Quite a unique and remarkable world. Not only does it have no moons, but no star either, lit and heated by a gigantic construction that simulates the job a sun would normally do. But given its shape, it does create a rather interesting sky. As on the ground, a message rings out to a few individuals. As an off-duty soldier scoffs, it appears the Calyx are attacking again. So unfortunately, his leave is cancelled. His family gripping him, crying he just got here. But nothing can be done, as duty calls. His wife and daughter staring on as he flies away. The girl's mother grunts she's gonna go find her a new dad, who couldn't be happier in the betrayal. Though familiar with fending off attacks, the Hellites never expected to be invaded by an army of only 2 people.
No, Kakarot! I told you not this building! You didn't say anything about it! I said not the scientific instructions! Learn to recognize them!
While the Saiyans squabble about what building is what, a couple of soldiers aim a giant weapon. Sprinting towards the action, the bloodthirsty Kakarot is excited to find more people to kill. Raditz warning to leave the ones in white coats alive. At the Helior's militaristic headquarters, an officer panically reports to his superior the troops they sent were quickly slaughtered, leaving the commander to wonder just who these guys are. Resolved to send the Ultras to take care of them, but devastatingly, they're currently battling the Calyx on Anshot 1, and it'll take at least 2 days for them to return. Butting in, another informs they actually do have one Ultra ready at the helm, as she just recently got back from a mission. With the invaders, Kakarot still brushes up on his architectural education, inquiring what to do about the buildings with flags. Raditz snipping those are priority targets. Touching down, little brother questions where she came from. Continuing to mentor, the elder states she's obviously an elite warrior, revealing the one called Fiend. Amazed to see they don't need weapons to fire energy, Kakarot quips,
Not that elite! Take this! Hey! She's a real pain in the ass!
After vowing to teach Kakarot some manners and blocking the other with a shield, she shouts to the latter to explain who they are and to tell her everything, or she'll end his friend here. Raising his hand to the sky, he replies for her to tell him everything, or he'll put an end to this little city of hers. Asking, what? Raditz then realizes she doesn't have any information he needs. Decimating the surrounding area, Fiend protects herself with the energy shield. Grabbing her from behind, the warrior gasps he was out cold, but her brutal opponent scowls. He's been through much worse on Earth, surely putting an end to the Helior elite. Word of her demise making it back to headquarters. The commander demands every elite to be recalled from their missions. Grabbing his brother, Raditz decides it'd be a good idea to hide for a while as he regains his strength. Who can't help but giggle.
You destroyed all the scientific buildings! I saved your life, stupid!
Several weeks have passed since the 2 Saiyans began their invasion, In the mothership, the Helllight Resistance fiercely searches for the pair of monsters who murdered their comrade, not to mention plenty of other soldiers and civilians. The commander demands to know why their detectors haven't picked up their life force. Normally, it should be an effortless endeavor to locate them, but they've completely dropped off the radar, correctly believing this means they can hide their power. Her leader mumbling, meanwhile, they can only sit on their hands, leaving it to 4 Ultras to take care of the problem, hoping it'll be enough. But the Ultras are pretty confident. After all, Fiend almost defeated them on her own, so against all of them, these villains stand no chance. Away, Raditz arrives to a small clearing in the middle of a forest, Kakarot asking if he found any meds, who luckily enough has, but knows it's only a matter of time before he's unable to steal them discreetly. Not hesitating to gulp down the entire bottle, he tosses it behind him, revealing about a dozen other empty containers, who then questions if he brought any food, who did this planet a favor by hunting a Gungan. Calling out the invaders are attacking again. The Ultras rush into action. Wigner, seemingly the leader, tells the others to lure them out of the city and not to hesitate when engaged in battle, as they've proven to be savage warriors. Laying waste while zipping down a street, Raditz barks at Kakarot, inquiring where he is, who's apparently still
fun
Goku
match. Should
somewhere
start in 2
deep on
minutes.
the inside, and a simple creature at that. When he sees food, he eats food, taking a break for lunch amidst this destruction.
Are you really?
Immediately surrounded by the Ultras, Kakarot assumes they're just the same as the other and want to make them talk.
Fire! They're way too slow. Over there! After them! There's more below. They can handle it. We'll get the others. What the?
Transforming into a Zaruz, Kakarot growls. It looks like the blood slams work well. Calling back to base, the Ultra named Lidar contacts HQ, stating their problem just got a whole lot hairier. Firing at the natives, the warrior finds his glove scuffed by the attack, thinking this is surely impossible. Nothing ever penetrates their shields. Theorizing the Saiyan's blasts may be different from the technology they
Got a
know.
match with Grizzly.
The data collected from Fiend's battle indicated a small percentage was able to make it past her barrier, if it's as it appears. And these guys are much stronger now. Things are going to get bad, very fast. But the first goal is to keep them away from the city, as they fire at the Great Apes and fly away, and attempt to put some distance between them and civilization. Kakarot questions if they should follow, though Raditz offers a lesson to his younger sibling. Innocent people make excellent shields.
No! What are these creatures?
Can you hear me?
Flying
Trunks.
Nimbus!
I've set a super time machine, as well as a crate of supplies. Here's how to launch. Find the power keys, then place them in the right spots.
Someone help me! Thanks.
Thanks.
Flying Nimbus!
You
I'm
found a
always ready to
power
fight.
key. Go slot it. That's a new power key. Place it now.
set the key as fast as possible.
I've had enough of this. We're in trouble here.
Holy hell.
Oh no!
Great! You know what to do with that.
Here comes a pain. Let's go.
This isn't looking good.
If you intend to rescue them, watch out for animals.
Come on.
Damn it.
Stay calm.
You did a lot of damage, though.
There's Dragon Balls right there. He's in a body count. Aim.
Hey, great! You found another power key. Use it quick.
You serious?
No one ever saves me. I have beef with everyone because I'm level 51. Because they're... No one ever saves me.
Give me that. Here goes something. Phew.
Nimbus!
Flying Nimbus!
That's a new power key. Place it now. You've got all 7 Dragon Balls. Summon Shinron at the altar.
Someone! Someone! Help me! Someone!
Why'd you just go to eat? Don't stay in A. Someone in E.
Give me a lift!
An ally needs your help. You don't know what danger awaits. Think before rushing in. Access the startup system from the central area. Just a little more to go, then you're done.
If he tries to destroy the area, just run to D.
Understood.
There's 4 players left.
Whoa.
Could be trouble. I'll send some supplies to help. Make good use of them.
Close.
I'll finish them myself. Go help the others.
Not you.
Ultra Waver! incapacitated for now. The commander screams at Wigner for using the Ultra Waver in a populated area, demanding to know if he's lost his mind. But the soldier made sure the beast took the full impact of the blast, believing the Ultra Waver was the only thing strong enough to hurt these guys. And on an open line, the burly Ultra gets this message loud and clear.
Eat this! He's getting weaker.
Returning to normal after having his tail destroyed, things are looking more and more grim for the Saiyans, as the Hell Light shouts out this newly discovered weakness to his team. The lone female warrior wants to end this now.
That's what you think.
Destroying the construction that acts as the planet's sun. Pieces of the enormous structure fall to Helior below, destined to impact the world with the same devastation as hundreds of meteors. Striking down the commander and the mothership in mere seconds. Laughing at his last-ditch effort, Wigner bellows out. He just killed everyone on the planet. As the innocent people in the city begin to panic even more, the Great Ape rushes over to his brother to shield him. As a massive explosion encapsulates the metropolis. The quick but immense violence finally comes to an end, leaving a dim and desolated world of what used to be one of the most technologically advanced societies in the universe. The Ultras all seemingly fallen, though Kakarot appears relatively unscathed in comparison. Smiling, he mutters, "Population eliminated. Mission complete." With a click of his blood lamp, he returns to his humanoid form. And as his injuries are now more clear, Raditz is the one who really avoided the explosions, unable to believe his brother actually protected him, shouting how he managed to resist all of that. The Saiyan coughs he didn't, before losing consciousness and falling to the ground. Raditz frantically yelling at him to answer in concern. But Wigner pulls himself from the rubble, his civilization destroyed. He takes aim at the invaders. Bastards! You won't survive this! Nappa and Vegeta finally make their way to Helior, right on time. Actually, a bit early, but judging by the look on his face, Raditz is not completely happy to be saved. As the prince screams, demanding to know what these idiots have done. Still alive, Kakarot gives the best attempt at a smile he can, technically accomplishing what they set out to do. He announces they've captured the planet, and it's ready for sale.
Sale? Sale? What do you think is left to sell here?
After recovering Raditz and Kakarot from their farce on Helior, their group of Saiyans grub up at an alien restaurant, in a better universe than ours. Vegeta screams at the older of the low-class warriors, barking their antics have made Frieza fiercely angry. Nappa booming, he wanted to obtain the secrets of the Hell Lights, and they destroyed them all like the idiots they are. Adding, the Emperor is also annoyed in Kakarot being retrieved from Earth without a prior consultation. Curious why, the burly warrior informs he didn't want the wayward Saiyan to be influenced by the three of them. Kakarot cracks that actually makes sense, given the trio aren't very respectable. But upon reflecting back to the days before Planet Vegeta's destruction, at least in this story, Frieza intended Kakarot to simply die on Earth over time. Regardless, Vegeta explodes that makes 2 disobediences in a row, and he's going to kill all of them for sure. The naive fighter piffing, why not just beat him up?
You idiot! Frieza's stronger than us by a buttload!
But Kakarot continues to find humor in his own arrogance, assured he's killed plenty of guys just like him back on Earth. Sure, he'll lose once or twice, maybe even 3 times, only to return stronger than ever before. The prince taking solace in at least he's discovered the Zenkai boost. He resolves to seek an audience with their ruler, just he and Kakarot here. The fool snarking to himself, he'll easily take out Frieza during that meeting, which will sort all of this out. Though his attitude quickly changes in the presence of his emperor. In his headquarters with Zarbon and Dodoria, the tyrant screams echo in the hollow room, shrieking the Saiyans are a pathetic, disgraceful example of supreme incompetence, imbecilic, arrogant monkeys who, daring to cut him off, Vegeta shares the dictator's frustrations, declaring it is indeed the fault of these Saiyans.
You can't behave properly!
Betraying and decapitating Kakarot with a single swipe of the hand. Pleading he make amends for their failures, offering to also kill Raditz and Nappa immediately. but he himself will remain Frieza's loyal servant, no longer suffering the influence of hopeless Saiyans. Of course, having a slight bias in the prince's favor, the Emperor agrees to this request. If he brings them the bodies of the other two, his incompetence will be forgiven. Seeing the bigger picture, Zarbon can't help but respect Vegeta's savvy, admitting it's pretty low to deflect Frieza's anger in such a way, but well played nonetheless. He even has the goal to contact Nappa on his scouter as he walks out, inquiring where Raditz is, who has no idea, but assumes he's off training somewhere, his superior commanding he be found, and the two of them return to their quarters within the hour. And sure enough, 60 minutes later he comes stomping in, ready to carry out what it takes for him to survive. But something causes him to turn white as a ghost upon entering. Kakarot is alive, and a bit nettled at having his head cut off and all. Nervously sneering that's impossible. His counter spouts a hearty grin, snorting instead of betraying his own kind. How about becoming immortal, like himself? Together, they can all get stronger and surpass his ruler. Snapping out of his stupor, the prince demands to know how he obtained such an ability. Raditz urging he explain en route. For now, they need to immediately flee this world before Frieza catches wind. Escaping, the Saiyans head towards the SG sector, an area where Frieza's forces have been pushed back from. With any luck, it will offer relative peace. After changing ships many times, in a bid to throw the oppressors off their trail. Kakarot tells his story in person to the elite warriors. Vegeta convinced these Dragon Ball things can't possibly exist, though the low-class Saiyan urges, and yet their effects are apparent firsthand. Nappa fully buys into the idea, excited to go to Earth to find them. Alas, they don't work anymore, turning to stone ages ago. Before, they only used to be rocks for a single year. Either way, the prince knows Frieza would immediately spot them if they go to Earth, as Raditz enters through a door. When questioned on what his informant had to say, it seems Kakarot's description of the Dragon Balls has caught some interest, wanting to take the Saiyans to his master's planet to learn more. A few days pass. As some kind of militaristic compound, Raditz admits he's getting cold feet, sensing too many high powers here. His brother deducing, this master is being guarded by a group of strong warriors. Politely welcoming the outsiders in, Angela of Lord Slug's demon clan, who quells, his master is eager to meet them. Introducing his overlord properly, Angela presents the strangers to Lord Slug, powerful emperor of Sector SG. But something else has caught Kakarot's eye. A Dragon Ball. Reaching out for it, Vegeta gives him a bunk on the head, commanding he restrain himself. The Namekian, taking great interest in their knowledge, inquires where they have seen the orbs. Getting another pap to the face, Kakarot begins to blurt out on planet Earth, but the prince knows a bit more about how negotiations work. Contending, Slug first reveal where he found the Dragon Balls, and all of this will be a lot less painful. And it seems that is exactly what his henchmen were waiting for. Raditz pleads for Vegeta to calm down, knowing full well these guys are much stronger than the four of them. Asking how he could possibly know that, Slug mumbles for his men to get these imbeciles to talk.
Be reasonable and surrender, rather than put up a futile resistance. Ow! Surrender? That's not our style! Then, assume the consequences! I'm much stronger than Raditz! You'll need more than your silly punches to knock me out!
Holy knows it!
Huh? It's time to put you back! In your place! Get out of my sight! Now, it's your turn! Ugh, I'm gonna make you eat your teeth! No thanks. Enough.
Painlessly neutralizing the Saiyans, the room suddenly falls into a quiet standstill, before Slug calls out,
You, village idiot, come.
Using his kinesis, he ushers Kakarot his way. Grabbing his head, he insists he will tell him everything. Where we learn, he was granted immortality by Shenron, created by the one named Kami, who is dead now, and thus, the Dragon Balls. Snatching the helmet from his head, it's only now discovered to our characters. This man is a Namek. Kakarot astonished to see he looks just like Kami. Vegeta also surprised in this revelation. With everything they need, Angela proposes. Their guests are still important prey for Frieza, believing it would be a wise diplomatic gift to deliver them straight to him. That is, if they're of no further use here, as their current defenses are still not enough to withstand a large attack from his empire. Liking this idea, his only request is they remain alive, for now. In a massive complex, the Saiyans find themselves locked away. Raditz beckoning Vegeta if he's able to break his restraints, who of course is certain he can. So the lesser thinks the best plan is to make an escape when sufficiently healed. Having studied these people during their time in captivity, he's noticed the powerful bodyguards are gone, unable to feel their energies anywhere nearby. Nappa shouting they really need to teach them that ability. Later.
Ha 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 ha! You're dead! Dead! You're all dead. Kill the humans.
Watching the show before him, the prince has to ask if he always screams in his sleep like this, which is met with a reluctant, "Yup." Regardless, feeling the time is now, Vegeta braces himself to break out, just as Raditz warns he wait, sensing someone coming. One of the intellectuals of the compound, either Gyoshu or Kakuji. We'll just guess Gyoshu because they're almost identical. Who, in a surprise, reveals he's on their side, pleading they flee the planet together. Releasing the gang, Vegeta leers why he would help them, who tells he is merely a slave here. In return for his assistance, all he wants is to be dropped off on his home planet. Waking his brother, he alerts they're heading out.
Huh? Now? We're running away?
Activating his personal blitz lamp. The slave utters they must remain quiet until reaching the ship. There are guards there, but should be nothing compared to the Saiyans. It's only important they kill them before they can activate the alarms. Once again pleading to everyone, remain very discreet.
Get lost, stupid irons!
Oh, for the love of...
Smashing his way through the prison, nearby soldiers go into full-blown defense mode. The captive of Slug running for dear life, while the others pick off guards one by one. Vegeta screaming to Raditz he's going to kill his brother. But... flying towards the action, Slug's Demon Clan is still around after all. Metamacha diving for Nappa, mocking if he'd like to go another round. But following the near-death experience from before, he's much stronger. And now, he knows all his opponent's moves. Panically asking how this is happening. Nappa wastes no time in taking him out, but manages to quip the same techniques can't be used on a Saiyan twice. Angela arriving, wondering where a monster like this could have come from, but also ready for revenge. Lagging behind his comrades, Ziyun only thinks what a mess it is up ahead, convinced they need his help, but scoring a twofer. He's left unconscious by dumb luck, or maybe even a very calculated move by Kakarot. Returning to
Make me him!
Good luck, man.
Let the carnival of terror begin. Give me the Dragon Ball.
Dragon Balls? What?
Very well then. Oh no. Give me the Dragon Ball. You have my thanks. Give me the Dragon Ball.
Dragon, whatchamacallit? What are
Exactly what we need.
the Dragon Balls.
Could destroy it.
I don't have any. Please don't kill me.
You have the esteemed privilege of being the first to see my next fall. Rejoice!
See if there's any civilians over here. Ooh. I don't know if I killed that girl with A or B. But I got most of them. Is that you?
Here comes the pain!
No hard feelings, man. To get rid of these guys as quick as possible. I think the other set of Dragon Balls is over there somewhere.
I will not tolerate failure!
Get the Dragon Ball. Psych!
You're no match for me.
Kinda level up, son. Kinda fight. It was pretty mean, but it is what it is, bro. I'm trying to level up.
To his modest form, Kakarot asks where their spaceship is, but without a clue amidst all this chaos, they'll just have to steal a new one. Zooming off-world, they manage to get away. Inside, while Raditz takes the controls, still with their eyes on the prize, Nappa believes it's clear the Dragon Balls and Namekians are somehow linked. So the next destination will be planet Namek itself. Gyoshu informing he's able to hide any tracking Slug may have had on the ship, so they should be, essentially, invisible to him. Also pointing out the Nameks live in isolation and have zero technology, so they should be able to remain hidden for a good while. Satisfied with this, the Saiyans are ever closer to getting their wish. Meanwhile, back at the remains of Helior and Frieza's quarters, A soldier alerts they have found the Saiyans, as well as their intended destination. Bellowing out, "I won, suckers!" We're at the moment where Vegito allowed himself to be absorbed by Super Buu in the original series. And given the title, The Birth of Vegito, it may be safe to assume this is Vegito's Universe 16 in the Multiverse Tournament. Using a shield of ki, our hero believes he's in the clear. At first thinking to lower the barrier, but in this iteration, he decides against it. Just a gut feeling. Searching around, it doesn't take him long to find his friends. Reducing Super Buu back to his more brutish form, decreasing his strength dramatically. The fused fighter goes to look for an escape. Turning around, he sees Fat Buu, just as his foe makes his appearance. Talking to himself, he notes this is the one that was eaten after being transformed into junk food. Maybe while he's in here, he can find more who were absorbed that way as well. Overhearing his idea, Super Buu admits the other Majin was a special exception. There are no others besides him absorbed in such a way. Wondering what was going on, he declares Vegito is quite the tenacious one, and having the audacity to remove his cocoons, he will pay dearly. With a smirk, Vegito taunts for his enemy to bring it. He'll just blow a big hole in his body. But returning the cockiness, Buu doesn't believe he'll be able to. Confused has attacked it very little. Turns out, our hero is so small, his strength means nothing. In fact, even in his powered down form, Buu claims to have the advantage. But, because why not, Vegito grabs hold of Fat Buu's cocoon, resolving to merely reduce his host's strength even further, causing him to go into a frenzied panic, screaming for his adversary to stop it and let the other Buu go. Liking the look of dread on his face, Vegito finds the situation very interesting. As the Majin goes on to yell, if that one is removed, he won't be himself anymore. No! Ripping it out of place, Super Buu falls to the floor, as the Saiyan knows it's time to leave. Realizing his surroundings are narrowing, whatever his foe is going to transform into, it seems to be happening sooner than later. Finding an escape, everyone returns to normal, placing his family and friends in a safe area. Oddly enough, Vegito actually senses an increase in energy from the Majin. Not as much as when Gohan was absorbed, but nonetheless unexpected. Becoming Kid Buu, our hero now senses a drop in power, noting how peculiar this all is. But still, at least he's less dangerous now. Randomly letting out a blast that could have easily destroyed the planet, the fused warrior realizes how crazy this new creature is. Vegito knows he has to finish this quick. And chomping away bit by bit. Soon, there's no more Majin left to destroy, causing the Kaijus to shout out in victory. As the others begin to regain consciousness, our hero questions if they're feeling okay. But upon laying eyes on the fusion, all three have to ask, "Dad?" Not really addressing the confusion at hand, Vegito simply inquires if Dende can arrange gathering the Dragon Balls, so all the innocent lives lost can be wished back. And while it'll take another 4 months for them to be restored, he'll do what he can in the time being. And a few days later, they would be gathered, the Namek even able to activate them early, undoing all the harm and destruction caused by Majin Buu. But not everyone's lives could return to normal, as there is no Goku or Vegeta anymore, only Vegito. Trunks rejecting this man, claiming he is not his father, who admits that's true. But he does have as much love for Trunks as his father did, for both the son and Brief family actually, causing some initial discourse between Chi-Chi and Bulma, but letting out a laugh and shedding a tear. Chi-Chi asks what she's thinking. Goku's been dead for 7 years now, and she isn't going to steal Bulma's husband, merely requesting Vegito come and visit them and remain a father to Goten, which he is happy to do so. With this, life would resume, keeping his promise and being a father to 2 households, constantly teleporting between the two. He and Bulma would have a daughter with enormous potential. And around the same time, Pan was born to Videl and Gohan. A few years later, they both became students of Vegito, ushering in a whole new adventure of their own. Kabiru Planet, ex-Frieza 38. A party of some sort seems to be taking place, as Brawl, Pan, and Vegito stand by, not appearing to be enjoying themselves greatly. Suddenly, Vegito pipes, "Buffet lunch 3 o'clock," while looking to his 9. Grabbing a small bite, Brawl doesn't know what the heck they're doing here, scoffing at the idea it's supposed to be some kind of diplomatic mission, and it only feels like a waste of proper training time. Then hearing, "Oh, what a ravishing goddess!" as who looks to be Pizza the Hut from Spaceballs approaches, stating it to be an honor to host the daughter of the great Vegito-sama, greeting her with a kiss to the hand. Brawl clearly has more of Vegeta's personality than Goku's, but her father calmly requests she not assault the diplomats. In age 774 on Earth, 2 Saiyan warriors, among the most powerful in the universe, fuse thanks to the sacred Pataras of the Kaioshins, thus creating Vegito, the strongest being of all time. Resolved to aid the Kais, he was tasked with handling conflicts across the universe. None of his foes ever survived. He quickly became known to every civilized world as a great warrior, some even revering him as a god, as he trained his 2 companions, Pan and his daughter Brawl. At the latter's birth, the fused warrior held his child with pride, asking if his wife has any names in mind, Brawl being the only one. Thinking to himself, Brief, Bulma, Trunks. Ah, now it makes sense. In Universe 16, age 778. Pointing out she has a tail, Vegito pleads they let her keep it, having never seen Trunks with one. Though Bulma has one question. Is becoming a totally insane giant monkey hellbent on destroying cities and attacking friends a trait only unique to Goku when he transform, or is it common among all Saiyans? In an extended fantasy sequence, we find Uzara Brawl manhandling her older brother, who shouts to his father his sister is bothering him. And in accordance to Namekian Battle Law, Section 372-B, Piccolo has lost one of his arms. Being held up by Gohan, he stutters he must save the planet, but the half-breed can't hit his
I've set a super time machine, as well as a crate of supplies. Here's how to launch. Find the power keys, then place them in the right spots.
Someone! Thanks!
It's me!
Welcome.
Stay calm. Stay calm. Flying Nimbus! You found a power key. Go slot it.
Power key right there.
That's a new power key. Place it now.
That was a piece of cake!
think BQ's over here.
This is bad. Somebody's down. Exercise extreme caution if you're going to help them.
Oh no! Thank you! Thank you! Do not let anyone!
Flying Nimbus!
Yeah, that guy's not gonna make it.
Do not let anyone get away!
Stay calm. Stay calm. You. Damn you. Stay calm. Stay calm. Kamehameha! Help!
I got held there.
Great! You know what to
Got
do with
away,
that
though.
key.
He's gonna come over here.
Flying Nimbus!
Come out! Come out so I can kill you!
An ally needs your help. We don't know what danger awaits. Think before rushing in.
Got this one.
I'm going to beat you to a pulp! Stay calm. Stay calm. Holy hell. You bastard!
Nothing we could have done. I have no idea.
Hate this place!
Yeah, get up! I owe you one. Chase! Flying Nimbus!
You have to look for a fat baby.
Come out! Come out so I can kill you!
Ally down! If you intend to rescue them, watch out for enemies.
Now! Is it my turn to attack? Now! Is it my turn to attack?
Try doing it over here, bro. Move. Match is pretty much over.
Flying Nimbus!
This is bad. Somebody's down.
Taking so long to find this
Exercise
damn
extreme caution if you're going to help them.
It has to be underwater somewhere.
Ally down! If you intend to rescue them, watch out for enemies. That's a new power key. Place it now. Access the startup system from the central area. Just a little more to go. And you're done. This is bad. Somebody's down. Exercise extreme caution if you're going to help them. I'll send some supplies to help.
What's the big
Make good
idea?
use of them.
Flying Nimbus!
You're not gonna make it.
You bastard!
So, Kushi, come save me.
Change!
The startup system is under attack. Stop it if you can, but retreat if you need to. Got it? The startup system's under attack. It's dangerous, so tread carefully if you want to get closer.
Now, it shall be done. I will grant your wish.
Bro, you're supposed to.
Change!
Not really waste.
They're close.
An ally needs your help.
What?
You don't know what danger awaits. Think before rushing in.
Come on, bro.
Too close for comfort.
Well, he's obviously not gonna kill us, so let's just move on. Playing games.
His own niece. She's not even a month old. Or is it his sister? Half-sister. Even the great scholar doesn't know. Clamoring for Vegito to do something, he snaps back into reality, just love-stricken by how healthy his daughter is. Returning to actual reality, amidst the awkward silence, Bulma questions what he's thinking about, then asks his wife if she plans on staying in bed for long. Pointing out his endless compassion, she reminds that childbirth is a rather demanding experience. Trying to make heads or tails of it, Bulma then piffs at how clueless he is. Thinking back to about 41 years ago, on planet Vegeta, a young prince happens in on a female Saiyan, going at a punching bag. Noticing his presence, she happily greets him. Confused, Vegeta thought she was due to deliver her baby today, informing, "Well, yeah, but that was like hours ago, earlier this morning." The boy believing it to be a more difficult task, the woman merely continues her training, growling, "What do I look like, a sissy?" Then Vegito realizes Saiyan and humans differ a tad in durability. Holding the infant, he questions if Bulma still has a scouter, knowing she repaired one long ago. Rolling her eyes, she reminds that the one that belonged to Raditz blew up. But she did make another, and it's in the cave, or closet, at home. Teleporting away, leaving the baby to freefall, Bulma grits her teeth in fear. But she only manages to travel about an inch downward before her father makes it back. Turning the scouter on, Vegito wants to get an exact read on his daughter's power, a direct numerical figure, registering in at 13,568. The Saiyan fills with excitement, mocking, "Take that, Broly! In your face!" Standing, Bulma inquires if that's good. Bearing a giant grin, her husband confirms it is. Chortling, she could easily squash Nappa from back in the day. And what Bulma knows about Nappa is that Tien and Chaozu died using their most powerful techniques against the alien invader, and it didn't even hurt him. Confused on why that's a good thing, Vegito misunderstands, assuring her not to worry, as she'll get way stronger. Bulma then picks up the phone to cancel on the babysitter. And that's how Sun Brawl joined the Brief family. Her adventures were only beginning. Looking at a card from Gohan and Videl, it reads, "You're invited to visit Sun's family to see our little Pan, born yesterday." Tien being a little put off by the invitation. Age 780. Speaking up, Gohan humbly states he would like Piccolo to be Pan's godfather. He wanted to ask for Goten, but his mother was against it. All over the place, looking down at her daughter with a blushing face, Videl excitedly exclaims that she could one day become a great ruler, or a dancer, or a novel writer. Gohan pondering, maybe a scientist, or archaeologist, when a third voice chimes in. "I see her as a space cop, crushing monsters and beating Frieza like scum, exploding one or two planets from time to time." Narrowing their eyes, naturally, this rationale is a combination of Goku and Vegeta. This Vegito had found his two pupils, who are going to help him retain order in the universe. Holding both Brawl and Pan in each hand, he realizes they take a bit to